I was talking with Ringo about that recently, where it's like, you know, you have the energy that you emit, like whatever is contained within you, and it's not just like within your body. Like we can probably reach way farther than we realize with whatever energy we have. But
we sometimes we just get so limited. In our experiences.
Right, but then I guess when you pass on,
you're just limitless.
It just disperses everywhere.
Yeah.
And I feel that way about a lot of different deaths. I feel that way about Dilla's death too.
Yeah.
It's like that with a lot of people. Like just in general, I think that's kind of just what happens. But I think when there's so much love, which is the most powerful energy, I think like when there's so much love into something, no matter what it is, like with Dilla, I guess that would have been music, because I feel like you can just feel so much love to his music. When he passes, that love, I feel like spreads really fucking far and does all types of crazy shit where people feel it all around the world, maybe even outside of the world. I don't know.
You want to clap in with me?
What's when we do? You clap?
Yeah. So just to line up the audio when I'm.
Okay. You like count to 4 or something?
Yeah, I will count to. After 1, I'm gonna count from 3.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. That was bad. That was bad. All right. You want to run it back?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
You a musical director, bro. That's what that is right there. You an MD. I you know what's crazy is so for this season I had a homegirl reach out to me and like put together like mix the audio for me and stuff. Mm-hmm. But like I met her at that show you did with Tony Allen, bro.
Oh, at
it was crazy.
The lodge room.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Nikki Thay is her name,
and that's who does the small talk.
She does the audio. She mixes that shit and gets it right.
Oh, that's crazy. That was a really crazy experience.
I want to talk to you about that shit. Because Tony Allen's like top 5 most. He's up there for me drummer wise. Just
for your favorite drummers?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big influence for a lot of people.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Like random as hell.
But can we shout out Nikki Thay? And like hey, and just let her know she's appreciated. But yeah, what was that like? But how did that even like become like? That's crazy, bro.
I'm not sure whose idea that was. It might have been Andrew's from Jazz is Dead.
Okay. What was that like?
It was surreal. It felt like madness. It was like a week.
Yeah. You had to like. What was like the setup? Like you guys just kind of locked in for?
They rented out a studio. The band like built slowly. I think it was just supposed to be me, G, and Tony Allen at first. Yeah. And I'm not sure what they wanted us to do. Yeah. Like we weren't really clear on what was going on at all. Like the whole time, and I asked a lot of questions, and they were just like.
Were they getting irritated and stuff from it?
I don't know if they were getting irritated, but they were just like, I don't think they wanted to give too much direction. They wanted us to just create whatever we were going to create. Yeah.
Do you think that makes things easier or better, like a more conducive situation or not?
It depends.
Yeah.
It depends, but it was like a drummer and then me and then G, and G's doing like weird like atmospheric sounds. And samples, and so I was like, how are we gonna fill out all the tunes that we're gonna make? So they added Norvis in.
Yeah.
And he was like singing, doing the little keys and stuff.
Yeah,
and that was dope. So that was a cool element to add in, but it was still like, I really wish we had like more players.
Yeah,
like I wanted to get like a guitar player, at least like a guitar player or something.
You were going back and you were doing the guitars a little bit too.
So yeah, what ended up happening is I had to just
go back and forth.
I brought everything. I asked for a Rhodes and then brought my bass and guitar and had a loop pedal. Yeah. And I like routed each instrument to a different amp. So like the Rhodes was looping on the Rhodes amp and the guitar's looping on the guitar amp. And the bass is playing on bass amp, and it's crazy when you do it like that because it sounds like a band playing in the room.
Yeah.
So we did it like that, but you know, Tony Allen's not super used to playing to loops. I don't think like that. At least not like that.
Yeah.
So it was hard when we actually performed to execute it clean.
Yeah.
But making the tunes was insane. That was that's probably one of the craziest experiences I had in LA because basically, or ever. Because I just sat with Tony Allen.
That's crazy.
We were we had rehearsals like every day. It was like 5 days maybe, and then the show. Yeah, 4 or 5 days.
Were you nervous as fuck
for the show?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I probably was. I don't know. But it's like.
Were you nervous as fuck, like meeting him and shit? Like,
kind of.
Get in there.
Yeah, because like he was
first session?
I think he was 79 when we did that.
Yeah.
And so this is like it's a legend, you know, when he walks into the room. So and he's meeting us for the first time, and like we're the weirdest. It's honestly the weirdest group of people. It's like me, Norvis, Ross G, and then Tony Allen. That's the band. Yeah, it's like the weirdest.
Like how did we all get here?
There's like a picture of us in the studio and we all look so different. Yeah. It's funny. Yeah. But yeah, the craziest part was sitting with him, and when we were writing the tunes, there was like 1 or 2 days where he was really getting into like orchestrating the tunes with me. So he would sit with me and he'd sang me the parts to everything, and I would have an idea and he would like edit it for me. And that was the craziest because
that's you said he would sing them to you?
Yeah, he would sing the part. He would sing the bass part. He would kind of sing the keys part.
So you're just writing on the fly?
Yeah, and like we're writing this shit and then storing it into the loop pedal. Yeah. And that's how we wrote the songs, every song. I still have it all stored into my loop pedal, the original. That's crazy. But yeah, we just wrote it like that. And he was feeling it, man. That was crazy to connect with him.
He was like like to have him like agree with something that you doing is
and then nice. The way he edited it taught me a lot about how to like just how to look at rhythms and just how to write. It was like a writing lesson kind of for me. Like I got to learn a lot about what makes grooves work, how to distribute the instruments. Like he was telling me what register to play the guitar and how to play it. Like he was like play it short, and he would sing exactly the articulation he wanted me to play it in. Like shit like that. Like he was like he had the mind of a producer basically. Yeah. So that's where I was like, whoa, that was where the genius like really shined through. I was like, I'm so glad I get to experience that.
Yeah, that's a once in a I mean, shit, I don't even know what kind of lifetime that is.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You still use that? Like some of the shit he taught you?
Yeah, all the time. It changed the way I look at how I write things now. Like sometimes you learn a lot from what, like you'll have an idea and someone will take things away from your idea. Like take parts out and give more space to certain things. And you learn so much about what you should let shine in the idea. Or like what makes it feel the best, like rhythmically or whatever it is. And
so you kind of tapped into that a little bit more.
Yeah, that's exactly like the kind of thing that I was like pulling from that. So I still think about stuff like that ever since then. Every day.
That's good. Like because like you know how they say sometimes it's like you know. Well, I mean, were you beforehand? Were you like a fan?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So it's like sometimes they say like, you know, it kind of sucks meeting your heroes. You know what I mean? Because like, they, you know, sometimes they don't live up to like what you had in your head.
Yeah.
Was that a thing before you met him? Like, were you thinking in that terms.
In terms of what I'm like about to meet my hero.
Yeah, like I hope this doesn't like.
I mean, yeah, all types of things go through your mind, I guess. So all different types of things happen, and then you're actually experiencing what it's like to meet this person too, and work with him at this stage in his life too. Yeah. So it's like you're taking a little piece out of one part of his life way later on. Yeah. After a lot of the stuff that people, listen to a lot from him. Yeah. But he's still active. He still tours and plays a lot.
Oh, that's crazy.
He plays with gorillas.
Really?
Yeah. And I actually didn't know that until we started doing the gigs, and I was like, oh, he plays with gorillas? I thought he was doing like his own gigs, because he still plays, as Tony Allen. He still plays shows. Yeah. But, meeting people is interesting.
It is interesting.
But that's why I always remember that time when we were writing the tunes together, because that's when I like to remember the times when you really connect with somebody. Yeah. That's like my favorite, just one of my favorite things ever. Is just like
where you unlock the code in somebody else.
Yeah, like,
anybody. Oh, I see you now.
Any age, any person, whatever. Yeah. Even in animals.
True.
Sometimes you just feel like you start to understand each other a little bit more.
It's like, oh, that's where you coming from. That's how you position yourself in the world.
That's like one of my favorite things. Yeah. Like just in life.
You grow up with animals?
My sister brought home a dog one day when I was like a teenager. And so that was the first time our family had a dog. So we had a dog for a little while, Shar-Pei, named Yoda.
What does a Shar-Pei look like?
Shar-Pei's like those wrinkly, I think they're Chinese dogs or whatever originally. They're like got the super wrinkles and the folds. You know what I'm talking about?
Like on the forehead area?
Yeah, and their body too. But yeah, mostly on their face. It's just all wrinkly.
So she brought that home?
She brought that home, and then we had a dog.
Did you, when did you connect with your dog right there?
What'd you say?
When did you connect with that dog? Like, was there something where you...
Yo, he's really funny because he was the most antisocial dog I've ever met.
They have those?
Antisocial dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's all types of dogs.
Do they act like cats? In a way?
Yeah, kind of. He was kind of like a cat.
You just I'm gonna just go over here, y'all do get that.
Yeah, like he didn't really like being pet. Like if you pet him for like more than maybe like 5-10 seconds, he would get uncomfortable, and you could tell. And he would kind of like shift his weight to be like, get off me. Yeah. So that's how he was.
Were you able to get past that? Like, was he cool with you petting him?
He didn't like anybody. I mean, he wasn't cool with anybody petting him except for us, and he would only let us pet him for like 5-10 seconds. That's just how he was. Like he didn't want that type of affection or attention, I guess. Damn. But he was cool. He was like a funny dude.
What kind of life do you think that dog had before?
Well, we got him as a puppy, so.
Oh yeah, so he kind of grew.
Yeah, he was just like that. Yeah. He was cute. Puppies are crazy cute, and kittens.
You like him? But do you have a preferred?
Yeah, I'd probably rather have a dog.
Why?
'Cause do cats always shed? I feel like I'll get like allergies real crazy with like a cat.
I get crazy allergies with cats.
They got something going on, and plus like the litter box thing is kind of like wild.
That's a lot. Yeah.
I don't think I would want that in the crib.
What's the concept? Like, is it just a box of just sand where they can do whatever they feel like in there?
I think that's just they just know to shit in there.
Damn.
I don't know, but I think that's all it is.
That's crazy.
I think it's just a box that like cats just understand. They're like, oh, this is where
I handle my business.
Yeah, and they kind of like tuck it in the sand or whatever, and then you just have like a spot.
That's a hell of a life, man.
What, a cat?
No, yeah, I mean, just having like that. I guess that's like our toilet, like we always have like a designated area of.
Yo, speaking of which, I wish we had all bidets in this country.
You fuck with bidets?
Hell yeah, dude. Bidets are lit.
It changed your life? You have one recently?
I think I probably could safely say it changed my life.
Did you grow with a bidet, or you just a newfound, like in your teens, you was like,
probably the first time I tried that was when I went to Tokyo. and like the heated toilet seats.
Oh, they got the heated joints too?
Yeah, it's like everybody has that. It's crazy.
It's a mandatory thing. Just standard practice to have heated toilets.
Kind of seemed like it was just everywhere. Like it was always like a really nice toilet. And it's just cool to like, a heated seat for a toilet is
that's
like, why don't we have that?
Yeah, like why do we choose to be in this turmoil?
Who's keeping us down, man?
Yeah. Do you have like a porcelain like on your toilet seat? Is it porcelain or is it like plastic?
I think it's it's porcelain.
Man.
What? You got the plastic joint?
I got a plastic joint, man.
You not feeling it?
I'm not. It just feels a little. I don't feel secure. You know, when you sit down, you want to feel like.
Feel like you're gonna slide off?
Yeah, like I feel like it might cave in on me.
just cracks and falls apart.
Yeah,
and fall into the toilet.
Exactly. Have you ever had a cracked toilet seat?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. No.
That sounds crazy. I've probably been to places with cracked toilet seats. Yeah. Some places got the grimiest bathrooms.
Yo, I was just talking to Ali about that.
What about like
grimy? Yeah, like he was talking. Actually, in Philly, he was talking about. He was like, he was in the bathroom
at a spot in Philly.
Yeah, in McDonald's. And the door, the swing door open thing. That shit was mad high. He saw a syringe. Like it was just
That's crazy, man.
It's just you were in a vulnerable state, right?
Yeah.
The last thing you want to feel is like, this seat might just like, I might catch something from the seat, or like it might pinch me just because of the crack or something. Like
that's crazy.
Yeah.
These are things see if we just had heated toilet seats and bidets. I don't know. I feel like maybe people wouldn't respect bidets out here. They probably just how you go to a bathroom and someone just shits everywhere. There's like somehow there's shit all over the bathroom.
How?
Like all over the seat, like everywhere in crazy parts where it doesn't make sense.
They just had a party in there with their own shit. They're just like.
I mean, what could have happened? It's like
either they had like some jet propulsion at like just.
Like they couldn't reach the seat, and then they get ready.
They try to waterfall their shit, bro. Like they was just like, or it was just a bad situation. I mean, a lot can happen in the bathroom.
Porta potties are the worst.
Dog.
Or like those park bathrooms.
Actually,
where
that's
like
probably,
it's just a huge hole.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? At like parks.
Or you gotta like work for the water. Like you gotta like. You have to like continuously push a button and get more dirty, like washing your hands after.
On what, in porta potties?
Those two.
Those don't even have sinks, and that's another crazy part.
No, you gotta pump. You don't have the pump joints. Like you gotta.
You talking about the hand sanitizer?
Oh, you're on another level.
Those joints are. I'm thinking like Coachella porta potties.
That's a sick situation.
It's a terrible.
You like the type of shit, like you come out, you just feel like you can't look at nobody in the eye.
I remember feeling so gross when we did that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think top 5 like fearful places. Like if you lock me in a porta potty, like that's
like your idea of hell.
Yeah, that's like
that's pretty bad.
It's like you might as well just put me in a coffin. With my like awake and stuff.
I'd probably rather be in a coffin than stuck in a porta potty.
At least you're not going to contract anything like during your time in there. In the coffin.
That makes me think of that Kill Bill.
Yeah.
She like punches out of the coffin.
Yeah, she did that. That shit was crazy. That shit was crazy because you really
there's the whole backstory on how she learned that too.
Yeah, because then they brought it back towards the end, right?
Yeah.
That shit
was Pai Mei. Is that the dude that taught her how to do that?
Yeah. You remember the name and everything.
I think.
That was a good memory.
I don't know, man. Some people think. I don't really like think about my memory too much, but some people comment that I either have a good memory and some people say I have a bad memory, and I'm like,
yeah, it depends on who you're talking to.
Yeah, I don't even know why they're even commenting on my memory anyway.
Yeah, like was this up for debate?
I do forget things a lot, and I can be like that, but I don't know. I figure out ways to remember. Just write it down or something.
I feel like we remember the things that like.
that I need to.
Yeah.
For the most part, I think like I probably got like a 90%, you know, on the success rate with that.
Yeah. Do you remember like your earliest memory? Or?
Yeah. I have a couple early memories. The first memory I have is like a weird one. That's actually like, I'm not gonna bring that one up. But the second memory I remember is my brother getting a Super Nintendo.
A Super Nintendo?
Yeah. So
with the shotgun, the shotty thing, or not? With the duck hunt? No.
That might have been there. I just remember him getting a box.
Why do you think you remember that?
I don't know.
It was like something so foreign.
But speaking of remembering things, you know how like I was saying the first memory is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes like, your memory activates from something that like calls it to action.
Yeah.
So it might be something that's like really crazy bad or crazy good or whatever.
Right. You have an emotion stuck to it.
Yeah. Something.
Like when you recall it.
Yeah. Something sets it off.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like you know how sometimes when you remember a dream, you just like you just you're going about your life and then like something happens during the day and you're like, oh yeah, that did happen. Like something about that
it like triggers the dream.
Yeah,
that's weird too. Dreams are crazy.
What was your last dream?
I can't remember. I
can't remember your memory, dog. Your memory, dog.
Do you remember your dreams?
I remember like parts of it. If it's really like visceral, then I'll be like, oh, like I need to learn something from this. But like for the most part, I only remember like fragments, and that don't make any sense.
Yeah.
So then like, I mean, I think what makes sense is the emotion from them.
Yeah,
sometimes,
right.
Where I'm like, oh yeah, that was. Why would I do that? Because sometimes it's like you're watching your dream as an observer. You know what I mean? Like dreams that have like this weird effect where you're not like there, but you're there, but then you're kind of observing.
It's like almost lucid.
Yeah, where you're kind of like you're watching yourself do something in certain situations. Sometimes it's how I feel like in my dreams. Like, do you feel like that?
Yeah, sometimes. I go through all different types of waves with dreams. Like I'll have like a long period of time where I'll remember them really vividly.
Yeah.
And then times like recently where I just sleep. It's just blackout. Sleep, time travel, you know. And I don't remember or think about what I dreamed about if I had a dream or whatever. Like I just wake up and just.
Do you try to dream? Like, do you think?
I have before. I've tried to. There's that thing where you can like. You can kind of train yourself to lucid dream, right?
Yeah.
Where you can like, I guess you write down your dreams like every day or whatever. Yeah, and there's things you can do in the dream to try to get yourself to do it lucidly. So I did that before, and it worked, and it was really fun.
And like you just messing with bending with reality and stuff.
Yeah, I remember it being like, you're just like a god of some world. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You just fly. I remember flying, and I remember cueing music in my head. And it was like the most perfect thing to listen to at the time, and it's like
what music were you?
I don't really remember. I tried to recreate stuff from dreams before, and it doesn't always.
It doesn't translate all the time. Huh?
It like I'll kind of get it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I've remembered melodies from dreams before, maybe once or twice. That's hard.
You know, we were talking about Quincy before, but I was listening to like I think it was like Questlove's podcast situation.
Yeah.
With Phil Gaines, a pianist that Quincy like worked with for like Michael Jackson's like Thriller shit. And he was saying like a story. Greg Gaines, that's his name. Yeah. And so he was talking about one time that because he's like a session piano player. At the time, and he was talking about like he was taking a nap because he was just locked in the whole night, just trying to not
taking a nap at the studio.
Yeah. And so like I guess Quincy had woke him up and was like, and right when he woke up, he was like, hey, play this right here, like, play it, he had some sheets for him to play.
Yeah.
And I don't know, some crazy one of the tunes that like. It's just really popular in Michael Jackson's discography. But he was like, Quincy had made him play it right then and there, because he was like describing like there's an alpha state, like when you're coming out of sleep mode.
Oh, like he purposefully did that?
Yeah.
He's like watching him wait for him to fall
he's like, all right, he's in a deep sleep right now. All right, let's go. It's that time. Yeah.
He's like, get up and play.
Yeah. That's just crazy. Like I think like
he was saying the way he plays is different. Or
I think what he's trying to allude to is like Quincy just understands like there's a different like phase we're in when we're coming out of sleep. Like, you know how when you're coming, like even when you're going to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, this is my favorite.
Yeah, you're just like drunk.
I love
just
that.
Drunk, just intoxicated with your subconscious. You know, it just oozes out on accident.
Yeah, I love the stuff that comes out when that happens. It just starts mixing things.
Yeah.
It'll take this and that and then just like connect it together. And it makes perfect sense in your head. It's just like, I understand. Like, you know what I mean? I'll literally think they're like, I understand this. Like, what? And then I try to say it back out loud sometimes. Or like, you know how when people are falling asleep and they'll talk kind of, and they'll say,
and they'll be like, oh, did I say that out loud?
They'll say all types of wild that shit that makes no sense.
Yeah, it's great. It's like not being sober, you know. Like.
Yeah, someone was talking about Salvador Dali.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
he had like I think it was like a metal ball or like a spoon or something in his hand, and he would like hold it in his hand kind of lightly so that when he fell asleep it would fall and the sound of it would wake him up, and then he would start painting when he woke up.
Damn, yeah, so he was in the alpha state right there too then.
That's what they call that?
I guess that's what Quincy was talking about.
The alpha state.
The alpha state. Like you just I don't know why he called it the alpha state.
That's amazing. He called it, he had a name for it.
Yeah. But it's just crazy to like, that's what I'm trying to be, man.
Can you imagine him just like letting everybody take naps and just waiting for the perfect
and then
time?
just an air horn.
He just wakes everybody up and they have to rush to their instrument and record.
Yeah. Just your instrument is already right in front of you.
There's like an air horn and then you hear a count off. You immediately gotta run.
Yeah, it's like boot camp.
He's just like running the drill.
It's like fucking Dick Hard still like like it's just rough, you know.
Gotta record in the alpha state.
You gotta do that shit, yo. Yeah,
but there is something to be said for all that stuff though. Or just like just states in between regular consciousness and subconsciousness.
Yeah. It's a fun place to be. Like I just love exploring, because like there's so much we don't know about our brains.
I know.
And like I'm just trying to tap into that shit. Like I just want to know.
What's she trying to know? Just what is happening?
I just want to know. Like I was thinking, like, because I was listening to some today, like some science shit, you know, and you know how well, first of all, I think they've already denounced that like we use more than like the ridiculously low amount of percentage in our brain. Like we
use more than that, right?
Yeah,
they were saying what, like 2%?
Yeah, it's like like we just some dummies.
2%.
Like we just got this huge mass and just floating in our cranium.
Yeah, and there's like, just a big brain there. And we have no idea what it does.
Yeah, but I think that like no, we use more now.
They proved that?
I don't know. I mean, what can we prove?
We probably use the whole shit. We just don't.
Yeah, we just don't know how it's being used and shit. Like
there's just a meaty mass of nothing.
Yeah, like we're just so.
Maybe the rest of it like doesn't even do anything. Right?
Exactly.
It's just meat.
Because we don't understand it. Everything it just doesn't. No, yeah, we're not doing anything with it. It's just so like pompous.
Yeah, that's kind of how they do shit with Western medicine.
Yeah,
you know,
if we don't understand it, then there's no way you can.
Or it's like, yeah, exactly. Or like, you know, there's some reason why they don't want you to know about it.
Yeah.
Or like the FDA won't run tests or approve certain things.
You know what? I got a thing for the FDA, man.
I don't trust the FDA.
I don't think they have our best interests in mind, bro.
Probably not.
Like
maybe sometimes they do. Maybe.
Are you shooting them some
I don't know.
bail?
I'm trying.
You trying to shoot him some bail? I don't know. You might be right. You might, but
I don't know. I don't trust them either way.
Yeah, I just think that like there's this illusion that like, all right, so say that what is bad for us? What does the FDA say is bad for us?
They change it up sometimes.
Yeah, that's weird. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, is someone paying you to?
Probably, yeah. This
money talks.
I think how all that shit usually works. Pharmaceutical industry and probably everything works that way.
Yeah.
Just throw a bunch of money. I was talking to my friend the other day about how, like, I think she was saying she was at UCLA, and she didn't know, but I guess like she found out as she was graduating or later when she was there, they actually do a ton of animal testing there that a lot of students don't know about, and that's like, I guess, the go-to place for a lot of people. Like, they like put money towards certain research that they need for whatever agenda. So like they found out, you know, big tobacco was like giving like researchers at UCLA money to test on like monkeys and shit like that, just to get whatever research they need supported for their shit. Just to say that regular ass things.
Yeah. That's sick, man. I like, first of all, like, I've never had a pet or anything before. You know, like, I've never like I've never had like a spiritual connection with like animals at all. But I still know enough that like, you don't fuck with them, you know what I mean? Like, they're like, in a way, like, you're supposed to take care of them in a way. You know what I mean? Like, I'm
not sure exactly why they prefer to do that, or like what they get out of testing on animals. Yeah. But when they try to petition to do like more like other means of research testing and shit on whatever they're doing that don't harm animals, they like deny it. Yeah. Like, they don't accept any of the petitions to do that shit. That's or whatever it is. I don't know.
But then again, it's just like, how are we gonna learn anything? Like, is there other ways of going about learning more stuff about biology and just stuff, I guess?
What do you mean?
Like, I'm assuming, like, say like for vaccines or something. Like, I'm assuming,
like, how do you test it not on humans or animals?
that it works and things don't die. It's just like a hierarchy, I guess.
I don't know why I feel like I'd rather have them test on humans than monkeys.
Damn.
Because, like, you know, humans can at least choose. Like, people sign up for that shit.
Exactly.
They'll be like, okay, here's $50 and you can do this testing, whatever, and they sign a waiver. Yeah. And they're up for whatever risk is there. Yeah. But with the monkey, they're just like, they're not trying to do that shit. I mean, I would assume they're not trying to do that shit.
Yeah. You know what I saw the other day? I was on the internet.
What?
And they had like, I don't know if it was on Twitter or whatever, but I saw like this like, they put like a fake monkey with the camera, and
you said a fake monkey?
Yeah, a fake monkey it would look like a fake like monkey, but it had camera eyes.
Oh, okay.
And so it was like
a stuffed animal type
thing? Yeah, and so like, but they put it in this troop of monkeys, and they thought it was real. The monkeys thought it was real, so like they like brought it up to hang out on the tree. But then
they're like carrying them around.
Yeah. Wow. And so like, but then like at some point like the monkey fell off the tree and they thought the thing was dead. Like they thought they killed it.
Oh damn!
It's not funny, but it's also kind of like.
So what do? They like rush down or something?
Yeah, like they had like a proper funeral for this monkey. Like, and it just shows like there's something going on.
Yeah, I think a lot of animals do funerals. Like, they kind of bury their dead.
Yeah,
no respect for it. I think elephants do that too.
Yeah, I love elephants. Right?
Yeah, me too.
Elephants are like one of top. You know what I mean?
I haven't seen an elephant.
I've never seen her touch one. I just like do research on them every once in a while. Like when I want to like just feel a little closer.
Yeah, they seem really cool.
Yeah, just really gentle.
Like really intelligent. They seem really gentle. Yeah. Cows are like really gentle.
Yeah.
Cows seem really cool too. I like how like cows seem to like love music.
Do they? Oh, they can go towards.
Yeah, I've seen like a lot of videos or like footage of, and people saying that too. was watching this Khruangbin interview, and they said, you know that band?
Yeah.
And they were saying they like record in a barn.
Yeah,
like the guitar player's like family has a property, and it's like just there's no reception. It's just a barn.
Didn't they do their first one of their albums?
I think they did both albums there.
Yeah, that's
they said that just where they record, they just bring their engineer,
and then the cows would come over.
Yeah, they said cows would come over and just always listen to them. They said that like their early experiences playing as a band was like these cows listening to them. It was like their first listeners.
Yeah,
and it's like I love that.
Yeah, you gotta pay attention to that.
Like. I want to play music for some cows. I would love to play music for cows.
Yeah.
You know, there's that spot when you're like driving towards San Francisco. Mm-hmm. There's like a spot, like a field.
Oh, really fun.
It's a famous like.
Yeah.
It has like a Wikipedia page or something. Probably.
Does
it's
it?
like I think so. It's like a famous spot, but it's a huge field with like cows and like they're just kind of like stuffed in there.
Yeah.
Under these like sunroof type things.
Yeah.
And it smells crazy.
It smells rancid.
And I guess that's just where that's like, what is there, a slaughterhouse close to there or something? Or I don't know what they're doing with all those cows, but that's always a weird thing to drive by.
Yeah.
But what if you could just play music for all those cows?
Just to make it a little better.
That's not hard. That's not a hard thing to do, honestly.
Just put some speakers
just
up.
Do something
some weatherproof
nice.
Joints.
Like, treat them nice, at least.
Have some decency. Yeah. It's like... It
makes me sad when people, like, don't treat animals with, like, any type of respect.
Right, exactly. Because, like, okay, say there is a difference between humans and wild beasts or animals or whatever. Because we know what we know, there is a responsibility that
there's a word for that. There's like a philosophical term for like a moral obligation that you have as a human towards certain things.
Just like an altruistic type of outlook on the world and stuff. And it should, what is it, like is it divine something?
I'm not sure.
No. But yeah, I think if we know that much, then we should be able to like be like, no. I just think where we fucked up is we started, and you know, capitalism is the number one like the thing that like continues this whole like ideal is just like, I think where we fucked up, it was like when we started trying to get the world to like work for us instead of like us taking care of everything.
Yeah. Like, is there anybody in the world that like does that?
I don't know. I feel like somehow we lost our way. Like we were supposed to be tending for everything around us.
Yeah, we take the whole shit for granted. Like it's just like, yeah, like it'll always be the way it is, and it doesn't matter what we take. Yeah, it's pretty abusive.
Yeah, it's like it's crazy. Real fucked up situation. Yeah, and I'm guilty as charged too. Like I'm sure.
Oh like, yeah, same.
We're all doing something that's just like not helping things out.
Yeah, whatever that is. I mean, I drive a car.
Yeah.
You know, I think that fucks things up.
Yeah. Mm.
Global warming or whatever. Yeah. Which is, you know, I don't even know. What the fuck's gonna happen, bro? We're gonna all melt one day?
What is the warming part? You know?
I mean, it has been getting hotter, right?
Yeah.
Is it? It's getting hotter?
Yeah, I feel like I was thinking about it today. I was like, we can go for another rain.
I think before the overall another what?
You can get rained on before like summer hits or spring. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the actual global temperature is going up though, like in the whole world.
It's just getting hot boxed.
I think so, man.
We might melt. Man.
We might melt one day. I mean, not us. Maybe our kids will melt, or our grandkids will melt.
I think it's like a couple generations. I think like compared to our lifespan.
So a couple generations we gonna melt.
Yeah, and we so? Just into
Damn, you think it'll only be 2 generations and we melt?
No. I mean, like a couple more. Like, I think maybe 5 at the minimum. Like
so 5 more.
Yeah. So like 500 years.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, you think about it, it's like 80 years or so. This is a full like 80 years from now, like most of us will be gone.
Wow.
80
years from now, I'll be 110.
Yeah, you'll be gone. You'll be out of here.
I don't know though. I might still be here because like.
I mean,
by the time I'm that old,
yeah,
there's probably like tons of things that can keep you alive.
Do you want to be alive at that point?
I don't know. It depends on what it's looking like. Like if it's like cyborg shit.
Oh yeah.
We just did full on cyborg.
Let me go into the next thing.
You know, I don't know. They freeze people for the hopes that they can like bring them back in the future.
I heard they've done that to like presidents and stuff.
Like brought them back or froze them?
Frozen.
Yeah, I don't think they figured out the brought them back part.
Yeah, like I think they're just kind of like.
I can't wait to see how they thaw a old person and bring them back.
You imagine what it smells like, yo?
Wait, so if you're frozen, your heart's not beating, right? Everything's just frozen?
No.
So how do you stay alive? Are you technically dead?
Yeah, you gotta ask Captain America, bro.
Oh, that is what they did with Captain America.
They brought that man back.
What was this? I don't remember the storyline for that.
I barely remember. I just remember that fact and then he came back and was like, "What the fuck is?" You know how you spend that period of time getting acclimated and they just make it like a funny thing, like this guy's in the 20th century, but he's from World War whatever.
That's right, he's from then. So they froze him. That's what the deal was.
I think so. Yeah.
I just remember there's something at the end. Did you watch Endgame?
I think so. I forget.
Something at the end where he's like really old and they pass off.
Oh yeah.
He passes it off to some young kid.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're the new Captain America.
Yeah. How long you want to be here? If you had a choice.
Yo, I don't know. I was thinking about that because I turned 30 the other day, and I was like,
happy belated, bro.
Thanks, man. And I was thinking like, if I did this all over again, I'd be 60. Like if I did another,
that's a lot.
If I did another 30,
that kind of lets you know like how kind of young we are still, but relative to the whole thing. Or were you thinking about it in a different?
Time's just really weird because it felt like nothing really happened for me to turn 30. At the same time, it feels like a lot happened. Yeah. But what is a lot?
Oh,
just like my whole life, you know what I mean? Like thinking about 30 years, like doesn't feel like when I think about what that actually feels like now, it doesn't feel very long. Yeah. It feels really short.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm turning 30 in October.
So, yeah, man.
And it's just like I don't feel like anything happened after the age of 23. Like it just stopped, and it was just like that's it. Like this is.
You feel like nothing happened after 23?
Nothing happened. I think moments happened.
Nothing happened after 23.
Like just like age wise, time just stopped.
Oh, just like the way time feels?
Yeah, like it's just, of course, like moments happen in between, and it's just like things happen. Like I'm pretty sure, like in between 23 and now, I met you at some point. Like like things happen, but like it like I still feel like I can be like, if someone asked me my age, I'd be like, I can say 23 and like be like, nah, I'm not lying, dog. Like I'm really 23, like nothing has changed.
I still feel like I'm 23.
Do you?
Kind of. I don't know. I've always hung out around older people growing up. Yeah. I have like 2 older siblings.
Okay,
like,
you're the youngest?
My brother's like 8 years older than me.
Damn, that's a good guy.
Yeah, so he put me onto a lot of shit. He put me onto a lot about music.
What was he putting you on? Like what kind of like?
Oh man, I mean, the first time I heard Dilla was from my brother. Word. Like showing me, it was either the Roots Dynamite or like Far Side Drop. Yeah. And it's not like we knew like that's who was doing it, but those were like, our favorite songs.
That's how it was for me too.
Yeah, like, that's like a lot of people's story with Dilla. It's just like all my favorite songs.
Yeah, you just didn't know it was him. Like I remember the first time I heard. I think the first one was The Questions.
Common.
I was like, what
that record's crazy.
But I was young. I was right when that album came out too.
Yeah.
So I don't think we didn't have like the autonomy to be like, all right, this is what I want to listen to at that age. I mean, I did.
It was so different.
Yeah,
you had to go to a store to get music.
Yeah,
I kind of miss the way that felt, but I love how much access there is now at the same time. But there was something special about that. Him and I used to stay up late on Mondays and go to like Tower Records at midnight and get the new shit that came out on the Tuesday. We would like sneak out the house and drive to Tower Records.
So you guys were like junkies like that, man.
Yeah. Hard. Music junkies. He taught me how to like find pitches with my voice, how to like pick apart. Like before I started playing music a lot, I had to pick apart what instrument is what and listening to records. Yeah. And so like he showed me a lot of that stuff.
That's beautiful. So like at what that was like early age stuff or like what?
Yeah, early. Yeah, and he's sick at classical piano, so he was always playing growing up, like always hearing him play. Yeah. Yeah, I think before I was a teenager, he would just be showing me shit.
He just push you on game and on everything.
He was always listening to music. He actually used to do this thing where, because he's a big classical head, he would sit in his room with the score and listen to the music and read the score along with the music. Really? Yeah, and I would just be like, just see him do that all the time, just for fun.
So you just kind of ingested all of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Where did he get that from, you think?
I don't know. He just loves music. Like he was the first child, so I think my parents were just kind of like experimenting, being like, all right, what works? Like, what is he gonna like? He did a bunch of different sports and he tried everything, but the only thing he really fucked with was piano. Yeah. So he just focused on that. He was always playing piano. Yeah. My dad plays guitar, and he's got a really crazy taste in art and music and stuff. So I'm pretty sure he put my brother onto some wild shit when he was a little kid, like playing him like Captain Beefheart records or something when he was like a baby. Yeah.
How did you learn to play everything? Like,
took some piano lessons when I was like 4 or 5 for like a couple years, and then I quit. And then when I was like 10 or something, I wanted to play bass, and I saw Flea playing bass on the TV. Oh yeah. And I was just like, yo, I want to play bass. That was crazy. And and I have such a crazy. That was like the beginning of my relationship with like bass and low frequencies. It's just like at that age, like 9 or 10 or whatever. Damn. And then so I played bass, and that was like my main thing. I was playing bass a lot, and then I started learning guitar. Yeah. And kind of taught myself like. I remember just sitting like, because my dad knew where the notes were, and my brother obviously knew too. My sister used to play a little piano too, but like I would just ask my dad, because I knew where the notes were on the piano. And I'd be like, yo, this is C, where's C on the guitar? Or where's A on the guitar?
And you just mapped it out?
Yeah, I mapped it out by myself, like really young, like just like counting up the frets. Count and just knowing where, like in my head there's a piano, you know what I mean? And I'm counting up, and I found all of it. So I found all the notes that way and got really comfortable with that. Then I taught myself how to play drums, just like learning records, just listening to records.
Drums is do you have, well, first of all, you have a favorite?
I like playing all that shit.
Don't give me that shit. Don't give me that shit.
I'm most comfortable.
Don't be giving me about I love all my children the same.
They're so different. It's hard to say which one is really. I'm most comfortable with the bass.
Really? That's where you can get most.
That's where I could be like drunk as fuck, and I could probably still play the show fine. Yeah. Like I'm just, it's easier for me to like get through that. But I played guitar in band. I played a guitar in a band now too. I really enjoy doing that.
Burnt Pink?
Yeah, Burnt Pink. And I played guitar in bands as I was a teenager and shit. Yeah. In my early 20s. Yeah. Like different kinds of like psychedelic shit. And drums is really fun though. Yeah. I wish I could play drums every day. If there's one that I probably have the most fun playing every day, it would be drums. Like if I had a drum kit in here, like I have to go to the studio to play drums.
Because it's so loud or what?
Yeah, I mean, I could probably do it now, but my neighbors that used to live upstairs used to call the cops on me all the time.
Oh shit. I don't play anything, but like,
I mean, you do your thing though. You got a lot of creative things that you do.
Yeah, I guess I play like my push. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my instrument. Yeah. But like I don't know. I've always gravitated towards towards the drums. But like the thing is with drums is like sometimes I feel like it's not something like you learn technique in a way.
With drums?
Yeah.
What you mean?
Like, yeah, I feel like it's a thing of like learning how to play what's in your head. You know what I mean? Everything is like that. But like with drums, you kind of have like
translate it.
Yeah, like it's like you hit this and that's what happens.
That's true. You only have a set amount of outcomes.
Yeah.
Even though the combinations you can do whatever.
Right. Like so, if you hear like. It just comes out that way. But like I think what you gotta learn is like technique. And I could be full of shit because I don't play drums.
Technique, yeah. You gotta have good rhythm, which is like a very abstract concept to begin with. You know what I mean?
Like you gotta be kind of like rub your stomach and pat your head tight.
That too, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's like that for a lot of instruments. I mean, playing music in general is like a lot. It's both sides of your brain. A lot of different skills happening at the same time.
Yeah. It's a very.
You have to think about multiple things. You can't like. Yeah. Even making beats the same way. It's like. Yeah. That's just as much of playing an instrument to me as any of the other things. Yeah. Because they're all different skills and different tools or instruments that you can do things with. Yeah. But I don't see any divide between learning how to chop a sample and learning how to play piano. Honestly, there's different ways to do it, but it goes really deep in either direction.
You're right. Yeah, I feel like when you're making beats, you kind of like the maestro. Like you just kind of like
you have to think
things considered.
That's why you're a producer. That's why they call it. You're the producer when you make the beat because you're making the backdrop basically. Yeah. And like there's like all the instruments that go into that. Yeah. Whether you're having musicians play it or you're playing it or it's in a record, like I think at the end of the day you're making choices. Yeah. And like that's to me is like what unifies all of it. You're still making a choice musically, whatever type of artistic choice you're trying to make.
Yeah. Yeah, and you gotta that's your thing. Like you created you've put the colors on that canvas.
Yeah, even if it's something that you found from a record, like
if it's a dark blue.
There's ways it's its own thing. Not everybody just no two people can like make the same exact thing.
Yeah,
with the same
that's why
source.
I love sometimes. Like I don't I'm not the snitch guy on samples, but I you ever like how do you feel like when you come across a joint and you like, oh, I know who flipped this type of shit.
Like I remember?
Yeah.
That's dope. I love finding shit that like that I know from another context. Like,
I just love the notion that like no two beats are the same in a way from two different people. Yeah, like they can have the same shit, same source.
Oh, you mean like do I use it if I found oh yeah, I forget about all that. Yeah. I don't even think about that. Yeah. And sometimes, I don't know, even if you loop up the exact same part. Yeah. It's not the same, and you can do different things with it once you have it. Yeah. That's just one piece of what a song would be anyway.
Right.
So it's like, it could be a completely different song.
You can give it like you can shift things, or you can make it, you can put your fingerprint on it.
Yeah, like, absolutely.
You can shift things around that give it your ID. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's that's just so beautiful to me.
You and I have definitely flipped the same samples before.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Your shit always sounds like the Last Name and David joint. You know what I mean?
And likewise with you.
Like, like you can tell who made it. Yeah, and it's just you do the whole process. It's just how you look at it and how you put it together. Yeah, it's all about the execution, I guess.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. How's your relationship like music?
What'd you say?
How's your relationship with music right now?
My relationship with music is great, man. It's beautiful. I try to stay really tapped into the reasons why I love it, and I like. I'm always building, or trying to discover ways to reconnect with what makes me excited about music. So whatever pathway I find. Yeah. I like collect all those and I remember all those, and so I have a million different angles that I can come at it to get to that place that I need to be. So that's why I feel like it's really easy for me to write music or make beats or whatever. Like writer's block is not like a thing like that I really even believe in technically. So like I just feel like.
Where do you think that comes from? Like,
I mean, it's like probably like any type of block that it is. It's just yourself. You know?
Yeah, you just judging your own shit.
Yeah, judging yourself can go real deep where you can actually stop yourself from doing things.
Right.
In not even in music, but just like in general. Like, if you can't be too hard on yourself. I don't think.
Are you seeing that like appear in other aspects?
Of my life?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Like, you can stop yourself from making progress by already like declaring that you can't do it. Mm-hmm. If you're like, I can't do that, I suck at this.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to learn unless, you still can. You still can learn. Even if you say that, you can still like get into it and still like force yourself to do the shit. But it's just more powerful, I think, to like leave possibilities open. Yeah. So that you can learn. And that's like my favorite shit too, like learning things. It's like that's what keeps me going, I think. It's like music.
That curiosity is kind of like what fuels.
It's that's what keeps everything moving forward. Yeah. And like I don't usually see the value in things that I can't learn from. Yeah. Like it like it's a stimulation thing. Yeah. Yeah. Right. I love finding new things like that. Yeah.
So writer's block is not a thing to you?
I don't believe in it, and I feel like if I do believe in it, then I'd be fucked. Yeah. I don't believe in it, and I usually keep all that energy away from me. Like when other people are talking about it, I block it out of my head, and I usually walk away, or I'll like some people like online will do that, and I mute their shit. Yeah. Because I don't want that shit around. It just doesn't do it. I mean, it doesn't do anything for me. Yeah. If something doesn't really like serve any purpose or like help, if it makes things worse, I don't really need it. Yeah. Like I'll take anything that could help. You know what I mean?
Have you had stints where you just like, I'm not fucking with what I'm making?
I mean, you don't always have to have something to say. You know what I'm saying? So it's like kind of a perspective of just like maybe I should be doing something else. Yeah, maybe I should take a walk. Exactly. Or like maybe I should go, I don't know, hang out with friends or call my mom or some shit. Yeah. Like you don't always have to do that. And sometimes you do have to do that. And I think I'm pretty good at just tapping into that zone when I need to. And to me, that's just like finding pathways there. Yeah. So like whatever it is, it could be like just a memory of something that really connected with you. Yeah. And if you can tap into that memory and how that felt, you can get there. Yeah.
That's going back to like human shit. That's the one thing we do well as humans.
What's that?
Is like through history we've always been able to like grab things that aren't supposed to go and use them as sources of inspiration and create something else. You know what I'm saying?
Like we're good at creating, we're good at synthesizing it.
Yeah, like even like from you go caveman days and shit. Yeah. How we got weapons, like we built stuff to like.
Right. True. You
know, like let me see. Let me get this.
How can I alter this to my needs? Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like.
That's true.
I think that
is kind of the best part about humans is the shit that we create.
Right. Just like.
And it's, I guess that's the worst part too, because we create some fucked up shit too.
Yeah, I don't like most times we just take it to a very dark place.
Yeah, you know, but art is the best. Like,
it is.
That's what like I was. This has been coming up lately with people, and I forget who I was talking to recently, but like just like the feeling that the world's a little bit better when you experience something that like touches you like that, like art. It could be anything really, but yeah, art is one way to access that feeling of being like, yo, it's not so bad. Like at least we're all trying to make it a little bit better for each other. Yeah, on whatever the fuck it is that we're doing.
It reminds you of your humanity.
Yeah, it
reminds you like you're breathing. Like
you feel less alone.
Yeah, you have the consciousness that's involved in like taking in art just is a reminder that you're a breathing thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you listening to music and you're just like, if you like a song, you're like, it's always an indicator like say a memory or like you feel
you're
something.
Still alive. Yeah. You feel
that's such a beautiful
enjoyment.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful thing, man.
That's true. That's really crazy. Music is so abstract too.
It is.
It's purely abstract.
Yeah.
It's literally.
I don't know how it happens.
It's like, pushing air.
Exactly. And it's like happening, everything's happening at the same time to like.
It's so crazy.
Make this one thing happen and it go in a certain direction. Or it doesn't have to have a direct, like, that's my shit right now. It's just like shit that just has it's just like, not even, it's all over, like it's just here, there, and
like when it sounds like it's everywhere.
Yeah, just like a lot. Like right now, I feel like I'm forever into like free jazz and spiritual jazz and stuff. But like, I don't know, that shit. How I just been really tapping in. It just gets me there. You know what I mean? Like it just the possibilities are just endless.
Yeah, it's very, very open and very free.
Yeah.
Did you listen to that Andre 3000 interview with Rick Rubin?
I did.
And he was talking about listening to music where you can have your own thoughts to it. And I like that a lot too. That I think about that phrase, just how he worded it, because it's like. It's nice to be able to do that. You know? But it's also nice, to hear another story through music. But it's cool to have that open space. Exactly. You need a balance. You need all different.
Exactly.
Like, there's a lot of different utility for music. You know, get through drives, helps people study. Yeah. You just having fun, like listening to it. You can dance to it. You can use it for different purposes. Yeah.
To fill space.
Yeah, you can go to sleep to it. Yeah. You can meditate.
Do you go to sleep to music?
I used to all the time.
Yeah.
I don't do it anymore because I'm pretty much doing music all day now.
Yeah, so you need a break.
So by the time it's time to go to sleep, I'm shutting everything off and I just go to sleep.
Yeah.
When I was younger, pretty much up until probably I was like early 20s, I listened to music every night. Yeah. I would always have something on every night. Yeah. Whether it's headphones or whatever, or just have the speakers on.
Did you have anything in particular? Did you return to something?
It was always just whatever I was like listening to at the time. Yeah. When I was younger, I just had like a 3 CD changer, and I would put 3 CDs in, and I would just let those 3
have
play.
A rotation.
Yeah, I would let those 3 play whatever I chose at the time. Yeah. And I would never want to go to sleep, so like I would just be up listening to music really late, just in my bed. Yeah. I never wanted to sleep when I was younger. Yeah. Now I love sleep.
Sleep is great. I never get enough of it.
It's so good.
It's one of those things. Yeah, it's like one of those things. Who was I telling this to? It was like one of those things. It's like you never actually get to appreciate it.
Because you're sleeping.
You're sleeping. Like you just don't ever get to like
while it's happening.
Yeah, like you just never get. Like you wake up and you're like, fuck, I missed it. I miss being asleep, and you don't even know what that feels like unless you're like lucid dreaming or something. But even then, you're kind of awake, Yeah,
that's true.
You're working.
Yeah.
Shit, I had 2 things that popped. You know how you have 2 thoughts that pop up and you're just like, oh, which one?
You forget. Oh, okay.
And I forgot both of them.
Oh yeah, usually that happens to me all the time.
Oh, I had what's the most recent thing that like you were like you heard and you just like, what the fuck is this? Like in a good way, like
just some shit I came upon that wasn't like something I was working.
Just like on some like, this is otherworldly.
Ooh, the most recent thing that felt like that was this Carol Thompson song. It's like a reggae joint from like '82 or something. Yeah, but I love stuff that's like just a band. It's all live, all instruments or whatever, but somehow, I mean, it's basically what hip hop is built on, but just like a band that doesn't sound like a band. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It totally transcends like it's sounding like people. Yeah, yeah. And it just sounds like something else crazy. Yeah. Like I feel like George Duke reaches moments like that a lot of times. Sure. You're just like, yo, how did you produce this and put this all together in the way this song is? It's just like,
he was touched by something divine.
Right. Yeah, and people
like other world, like just
that's
like
what we sample. This is what that's what people got into the sample, because they were just like, what are these cravy parts?
I was just thinking
sound like they just sound not real.
It's like there's something in like you can hear it. Like this is, it's like speaks to you. It's like, take this right here.
Right.
At this point,
it's like smiling at you.
Yeah. It's just like right here to right here.
Exactly.
This is what you use.
So yeah, the whole song is really good, but the intro to the song felt like that to me.
Yeah.
And I ended up replaying it the other day to like learn it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was one that I've been fucking with.
Yeah.
Change.
Have you had any songs recently that like made you cry or like damn near made you cry?
Dude, last night.
Which one was
this dude's record, Colin Versus. We tracked the first tracked song to his album or his EP or whatever he's working on.
Yeah.
He's like a 5-track thing he's working on. And we tracked the first one, and it's a very it's a very touching song. Yeah. Like once we finished, I definitely had some moments with it last night listening back where I was definitely tearing up, and I was like, that's crazy. I've been crying very easily lately.
Are you soft right now? Like not even it's great to be soft. You know?
No, I feel you. I guess in a way, like I like being able to cry better than not being able to when you feel like you should.
Yeah.
That feels like you gotta like
sneeze
like, and you can't. You gotta take a shit and you can't or something.
Like you're like, I should be feeling more right now.
Yeah, or
I
just
hate
like
feeling hollow like that.
Yeah, it's weird. There's some block there stopping you from being able to like release whatever that is.
Yeah. That's disgusting. That's how cancer happens.
Yeah, I believe that too. So yeah, I was like probably the past like couple months. I probably around the time basically G passed.
Right.
And my friend passed around that time too, and my grandmother too, around the same a few weeks of that.
Everybody, like everything is happening.
Yeah, I mean we're kind of around the age where all of our grandparents are passing away.
Yeah, true.
So that's happening with everybody. Everybody's getting older.
Even apart from like, it's just I keep saying this, but there's just a lot of death. It's a lot of death.
There's a lot of sad death. Like the Kobe shit really shook a lot of things.
Yeah, that had me fucked up.
It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah, there's a lot.
It's just a lot, bro. How are you dealing with that?
I'm fine. I think it's like it's just whatever process it is, just has to take its course. Yeah. Definitely miss people. Like I definitely miss having G like on the other side of my wall. Yeah, you used to live
with them, right?
He lived on the other side of my wall right here.
Really?
So that's how we got over to this place, because I needed a spot and Zero needed a spot, and G hipped us to this place and put in a good word for us with the landlady, and she let us get this spot.
That's hard.
So we've been here since then, but like just it was very comforting knowing that he was there at all times, and it felt good. But I still feel him here.
That's what I was about to ask.
I still feel him, so it's like, he's definitely still here in whatever forms those are. Yeah. And I've heard that from a lot of people too. Yeah. I was talking with Ringo about that recently, where it's like, you have the energy that you emit, like whatever is contained within you, and it's not just like within your body. Like we can probably reach way farther than we realize with whatever energy we have. But
sometimes we just get so limited in our experiences.
Right. But then I guess when you pass on,
you're just limitless.
It just disperses everywhere. Yeah. And I feel that way about a lot of different deaths. I feel that way about Dilla's death too. Yeah. It's like that with a lot of people. Like just in general, I think that's kind of what happens. But I think when there's so much love, which is the most powerful energy, I think, like when there's so much love into something, no matter what it is, like with Dilla, I guess that would have been music, because I feel like you can just feel so much love to his music. When he passes, that love, I feel like spreads really fucking far and does all types of crazy shit where people feel it all around the world, maybe even outside of the world. I don't know.
Yeah, but it has to be like that's. I believe that. You know what I mean? Like,
what is that?
There was it came like such a there's no. Like, it was just otherworldly, the shit that was happening. Like, even you hear shit now, it's like...
The energy doesn't die.
It doesn't. Like,
so, like, if you keep cultivating it while you're alive, it's like when you pass, like, it's going to be a huge... It's like a spirit bomb.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like, you've been charging it up your whole life.
And you still got radiation flowing.
And then you release it at the end.
Yeah.
right? So it's like,
yeah, that's crazy, man.
So I definitely still feel him here and in Lamert in general and just elsewhere. But like the other day I was working on music and I was just having fun, like making like remixes and shit.
Yeah.
And I wanted to loop up the beginning of this one reggae song.
Yeah.
And I was having fun with it. And then somehow, naturally, I just kept doing things to it where I kept pulling pieces out of it.
Yeah.
And I ended up just doing like a dub. It just was a dub song. It turned into a fucking dub that I put like this thing over, and it sounded crazy. And it really felt like G's spirit pushing me to be like, do that. This will sound good. I want to hear this. If you do it like this. You know what I'm saying? And it was almost like I felt that guiding hand. Because like, I didn't intend to do that at all. So sometimes when you're doing shit like that and you just let yourself be open, it's like you don't even know why you do something. Right. It just comes through you in a certain way.
It's so crazy because it's like I think there is. I was thinking about it today. It's a weird. Like I get kind of weird when, like people notice the stuff that I make and stuff, right?
Notice?
Yeah, like when people just acknowledge, like anything happens? I make, because there's like a guilt.
You feel like you shouldn't like accept like whatever.
Yeah, because I like what you're describing. Like I don't feel like I didn't create that energy. Like that.
Like you're not the full owner of what.
Yeah, like that came to visit me.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I mean? Like
that's the interesting part about it. That's why it gets real weird with trying to do like with a music industry thing. Yeah. Or like turning any art into like a business. Yeah. Like, that's what part where it gets weird.
It gets a little tainted.
Yeah, when you talk about ownership of ideas.
Yeah.
And
intellectual
things like that.
property and stuff.
And that's just, I guess, part of the functioning way of like system of capitalism, I guess.
Yeah, it's our limited way of seeing things. Like that's human shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's
exactly. It mixes really abstract, magical things with human shit. Yeah. With regular like business is so not spiritual or magical or anything. It's just business. Yeah. It's just numbers and papers and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's beautiful. Like you just feeling G's energy.
Oh yeah.
Just like.
Yeah, man. Have you ever had someone visit you in a dream that had passed?
Let me think about that, man. Death is pretty new to me.
Yeah, it is to me too, honestly. Like, I'm not too used to that.
Yeah, it's. I haven't had too many people around me die.
Yeah.
I haven't. I don't think not that I can think of right now, but I have had people like that I have had. Like I have like no connection with. Yeah. Visit me. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
interesting.
Where like that are like alive and stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, just like, oh, there goes. Yeah, I'm gonna pay attention to that a little bit more type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
it's hard to tell if those are like how much attention you should give to.
Yeah, it's like, does this mean something?
Yeah, like is it worth paying attention to or not?
Exactly. Like I remember like for this so I like studying like folks for like albums and stuff. Like and just like I was doing a lot of like studying of like Toni Morrison and shit and just like just understanding like her way of thought. Yeah. And this is before she transitioned and stuff. Right. And then like I don't know, it came like to a point where it was just like I was thinking about it so much and then like the next day it was like she was gone. Like she from what we know. So it was just like there's certain things like I can't, it's so weird, like I just can't call it a coincidence. You know, in how it affects my life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know what you mean.
But then it's also like reassurance in a way because it's like that I'm in the right direction somehow. You know what I'm
saying? I know exactly what you mean. I was just talking to Fouché about that today too, like, because we were talking about, she said it was like 222 or something.
Yeah.
On her phone.
Yeah.
And we started talking about that because...
What, like, do you ever get to a point where you're like, what am I doing right now? That's...
Bro, the reason why I pay attention to that stuff is because when I was like 23 or 24, I started seeing it all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it started happening so much where I started to be kind of like, like a little bit like scared, like what is going on?
Why is it happening?
And then the timing of when it would happen and where I would see things, it was just happening so much where like I couldn't not notice.
Yeah.
Like, it was as if something was trying to get my attention.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know what to make of it. It probably took me like a year or two just to accept that it wasn't a bad sign. and like just accept that that's something that I just see often, and it's kind of like I take it like some type of head nod from something. Something. I don't know what it is.
Or a really a big joke, like a big inside joke.
If did you see that movie Interstellar?
Yes.
I always talk about that one scene where, remember where, is it Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah, where he was like trapped in that thing.
He's trying to communicate with his daughter.
Yeah.
And they show time.
Murphy's Law or something? No.
What's Murphy's Law again?
The worst, whatever, the worst thing. Something like the worst thing that can happen will happen.
Oh, yeah. Well, they do this part in the movie where they show a visual representation of time as it's not linear.
Oh, that's my shit, bro.
I love that shit.
That's my shit. That's like my dog. We can get into it.
For real, you be going into that? Bro, that shit is really interesting to me.
Like my logo is like I try to include that in like album covers.
What include what?
Like there's one thing. Okay, so like actually Interstellar was one of those moments where it's like, oh, this is the right direction.
Right.
So like before Interstellar came out, me and my wife now, I'd say in 2014. When did Interstellar come out?
I don't remember. Something like that, probably.
Yeah, like I hadn't seen Interstellar at that point. But like, we got smacked. We just took some edibles on May 1st in like 2014 or something.
Right.
And usually it's just like for me, because I'm pretty sensitive to that shit, like I just do like once a year or something. Like,
word, that's dope.
You know, it's just out of respect for like, you know, what that stuff.
That's cool.
You know?
I like that.
And so like usually when that happens, my whole wig is flipped. Like it's just opened up.
It's like a psychedelic experience.
Exactly, especially with edibles.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Yeah. It's kind of.
We need to chill with that, honestly.
Yeah. So like, you know, I kind of get into like these manic states of like, oh, this is what this means, you know?
Right.
Like I can see like my thoughts in like,
it's like hyperspeed epiphanies.
Just like, oh yeah, this is what was happening.
Yeah.
And so like it was just like a thing where for a brief moment I understood time, and that's what, and I was able to like kind of like draw it out, or try to at least, and then. You know, fast forward, we see Interstellar, and it was like the same shit. Like it was kind of like the same concept. It was like, okay,
right?
I'm not the only one.
That's like a philosophical concept. Like people talk about that. Like people have discussed what that means. I mean, didn't Einstein's wasn't high school shit about that? Wasn't the theory of relativity was all about that?
Yeah.
But basically, the reason why that shit is crazy to me is because in that movie is especially, it's because it's like if you can access any point in time and it's all happening already, it's like all already happened and is happening. Yeah. Like then if like we obviously can't perceive it any other way than linear. Yeah. But if there was some type of other being that didn't operate within those like restraints. Yeah. It would make sense that they would communicate with you through like a clock or through numbers.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
to
sure.
me, Like that's like, of course they would be, because times, if it's not real, then they're just going to be talking to you at whatever time they need to talk to you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's how like number systems got created in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like like the way I see it is just like everything is happening at the same time.
Exactly. It already,
like it's just like
which is trippy to think about, because it doesn't really make, like, we can't conceive it.
Right. And like there's so many other, like I almost see it as like moments or like a jumbled slinky.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the analogy people use, where it's like it collapses on itself.
Yeah, like
it's all happening there at the one time.
And because we are in this like bodysuit where we can only perceive things in reality in the way that we do, like there's like a linear line that just hits.
It's our construct too. Like we made it up.
Yeah,
it only exists because we all agree on it.
Yeah,
like it wouldn't even be an idea if one person thought of it and no one cared.
It's totally man-made. Like,
it's just
like it's just something we made because I feel like we were just trying to make sense of like why we're here. Like we have to.
It organizes. Us.
Yeah.
It like keeps us like moving in a certain pace.
Yeah,
and organize how we spend whatever it is that this is that we have.
Yeah. Because I mean in a way, it's like language. It's like it's kind of chaos without it. In a way.
Right.
Like, but also it has its downsides too. You know, like anything else. Everything we make has.
Nothing's perfect.
Yeah, especially anything that we've made.
I was watching this anime called Mob Psycho 100.
Damn, that's a hell of a name.
It sounds like it's really crazy and like dark or whatever, but it's actually not that dark. It's actually pretty funny. I don't know if you heard of One Punch Man.
No.
But I think it's like the same creators, which One Punch Man is sick, dude. That's fucking amazing. You gotta peep that, bro. You gotta peep that shit. This is a dope show too. But anyway, there's this demon in one episode that is created by people's perception of it. Like it exists because people believe it exists, and it's like a urban legend type thing. You know what I mean?
It's almost like you and writer's block.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a demon right there.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't believe it exists, so it falls apart.
Yeah,
and basically it's the same thing. Like all the energy that people put towards talking about it, all the rumors, make it bigger. And it gets bigger and crazier the more it's like a monster. You know what I mean? And the people that it only affects the people that are scared of it.
Yeah, you fuel it, man.
Yeah, so I feel like time's kind of like the same thing.
Absolutely. I've been really trying to make sense of that. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't. It's like it only affects you if you acknowledge it.
Yeah.
You know?
But you have to.
You have to. Like,
there's no choice. Everything falls apart if you don't acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Like I got a parking ticket, and if I don't acknowledge it by the 27th or whatever, that shit gonna double.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Come out with the boot or something.
Nobody that actually operates the world gives a fuck that time isn't real.
Yeah.
It's real enough to them. And also, I guess, like, time zones kind of trip me out, too.
Yeah, just like, you ever been on a plane and you just can't go back in time type shit, or what?
Yo, and also that's weird. Coming back from Tokyo, I think you gain a day.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's like you arrive on the day that you left.
It's like, come on, man.
That shit don't make any sense.
Right,
I don't understand.
It's almost like...
like, why do I have an extra day now?
Yo, it's
why is it Monday again?
It's like, you know, when like you say a woman like gets like ridiculous fake ass and just is like, no, this is me. What are you talking about, yo? This is all me. We know like your curvature, your proportions is not.
That's a really funny ass analogy. I actually forgot what we were talking about with that analogy, and I just heard you talking about some girl.
Like that's what time is sometimes. Like I feel like
time is a girl with a fake ass,
with the ridiculous, like her surgeon just fucked her over. Yeah.
Oh, like a bad job.
Yeah, and it's just, but she's trying to play it off like, no, this is really. This is actually all me. I was born
real
with
ass. This 100%
No.
real ass.
But that's what time. Like I think that's how we go about time. Sometimes it's like we know this is not real. We all know this is not happening. Like you're telling me I gained a whole day coming back from Tokyo. You know what I mean? Like
Yo, and also there's like certain parts of the world that don't do daylight savings.
yeah.
How the fuck does that work?
Yeah. You know,
How come
I think
only some people do it and other people are like, nah.
I think it goes back to capitalism again. I think it was only invented for like people that worked outside and like farming and stuff to like have as much time in the day to like work. That's what daylight savings time is for, right?
Yeah, I think so. So you get more daytime to actually get shit done.
Yeah.
So you shift your perception of time over by an hour.
Yeah, just convenient.
Everybody just goes, all right, let's all synchronize back.
Yeah, all right. Everybody, we're going to pass this law. And
is it a law? Like,
I know it was on the ballot.
There's some random shit. Do you know about like different holidays, like how people come up with holidays?
I have no clue.
Because you know how some people will be like, "Yo, it's National Sibling Day."
Yeah,
it's National Dog Day.
Yesterday,
I've never heard of that.
National Wine Day or something.
Who's making these?
I don't know. Bro. I think there's something for every day.
Why do we need National Wine Day?
We should just make one up every day. And I think it should be a law that everyone it's respected by everyone. I guess that's a birthday,
dude.
I think that's the birthday. Everybody should like just on their birthday.
Don't they celebrate the president's birthday every time whatever new president is that becomes a holiday their birthday? Or do they do that or not?
That's crazy.
I don't know. Maybe we don't do that. I don't know. But
that'd be nice.
But I don't know who's making these holidays. And I looked on my phone the other day and it said Super Tuesday.
Super Tuesday.
And it said it was some type of regional holiday, and I guess California recognizes Super Tuesday, and I don't know what
Super Tuesday.
It said Super Tuesday.
Why? What did Tuesday do to be so super? Yeah?
I don't know, but what if every week we just change the name of Tuesday to Super Tuesday?
If you just changed it?
Yeah, everybody now calls it Super Tuesday.
First of all, do you understand leap years? Tell me you understand.
We're in a leap year right now.
Are we? Do we have an extra day in the February?
Yeah, we actually.
How does it work?
We got 29 this year.
How does it work? Yo?
Oh, the day, the month gods bless us with that extra day every once in a while.
Hold this.
They just
hold this day.
And just say, you know what?
So we had 366 today.
I don't know why they do that. What's the purpose of that?
What is it?
What does that do?
You think it's made up again? Like it's just another thing? Like the world is still spinning like the way it does, but like we just were like, yeah, throw another one in there.
Why is it one more day? What difference does one more day make? And why is it February that deals with that day?
But also like maybe we're on to something. All right.
What you mean?
Because I trust the Mayans in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And they were invested in like what days and stuff meant. Like
really?
Like time, like how things were, you know, like.
Was their calendar different from ours?
I feel like it was. But just to take the time to invent a calendar, like they were.
Yeah, like how do you do that shit? And then how do you get everyone to agree on
why? Like I feel like they were a little bit more connected to something.
To why?
Yeah.
There had to be more intention and purpose to what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I think that, but I'm sure they had some shit going on, man.
I want to believe that too. I feel like even in our lives, like people back then were more connected to whatever. They just have more natural stuff going on, like untampered goods going on.
What was the year that everyone said the Mayans predicted?
We were supposed to be done. We were supposed to be done as a civilization.
But that was because they like stopped the calendar there, and everyone was just like, "Yo, we're gonna die."
Yeah.
Remember Y2K?
I remember Y2K.
That shit was hilarious.
I don't remember. Like I was like, why is everybody like?
People were bugging out.
Like
about that shit. It's starting over.
Yeah. I remember. Our
bank accounts are going to zero.
Yeah, there was like a little there was tension in the air. Like
it was like Y2K. It was really tense.
It was like
really freaked out. And nothing happened.
It was like a man-made earthquake. you know, like in the middle of an earthquake. Like you know how you ever been out here when there's an earthquake?
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of like ooh.
They were really kind of mild, at least from the where I was at feeling them.
Yeah.
I mean, were you here during the crazy earthquake that happened? What was that? Was that 10, 15 years ago or something? How long ago was that? There was a big one. I think it was in the 90s, maybe.
Yeah, like in Northridge area. Or?
Yeah.
I just remember hearing about it.
That shit sounded crazy.
Yeah.
That sounded like a legit, like, apocalyptic earthquake.
Yeah, like shit was collapsing.
The first one I felt over here this past year, I thought Colin was fucking with my bed and just wobbling it just to wake me up.
He was like, all right, man.
And so I was purposefully ignoring it because I thought he was just being a dick.
Yeah.
And then I looked over and there was no one there. And I was like, what happened? And he went in my room. He's like, did you feel that? And I was like, it just felt a little wobbly for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
That was weird.
But yeah, like that moment where you're just like, oh, is it gonna get worse?
I didn't have that moment. Like, I didn't think that. I don't know why. These there were like
Have you ever been out in public during an earthquake?
Yeah. The last one I felt was around the same time. There were like 3 or 4 around the same time, remember? Like kind of close together. Yeah. And I was in Panda Express. Yeah. And the TV was just wobbling and everyone was just looking at each other.
Yeah, that was moment. It. That moment where everybody's like, whoa, all right, who's gonna... Or like, it's equivalent... I don't know what started this whole thing. So
I don't remember. We've been going on tangents.
But like, it's almost like you ever imagine... like being in an airplane and like someone just starts fucking shit up, like just like
what, going wild?
Yeah, like everybody has that moment of like, who's gonna be the first one?
As fuck. Yeah. I hope I never have to deal with that situation. Neither. But for some reason with the earthquake, it felt like nobody gave a shit and like nobody would do anything, and it was like we all kind of understood like this is nothing. I don't know. I didn't think about it. It didn't scare me like that. Yeah. I think I probably tend to like not think that way. Yeah. I think I do naturally. I think I've trained myself to not think that way about pretty like much everything.
Bad things?
Yeah, like I don't try to train myself to think about the worst unless like, if I'm, I usually try not to. Yeah. Like naturally.
Yeah. Why'd you train yourself to do that? Have you seen like episodes where it was
man, like I think just growing up I was really like neurotic and like almost OCD. I had like nervous tics and shit, and I just think a lot. And I still think a lot, but like it was just to the point where I didn't have any kind of hold on it or control over it.
Yeah, so you harnessed it a little bit.
So I think I just spent a lot of years trying to deal with my own brain and just get used to what happens when certain things happen. Like I know what my reactions are for the most part. I know what triggers certain things or what feels weird or what not weird or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you just get used to those things, and I kind of like, there's like mental tricks. Yeah. To like keep your day going and to keep things to keep things together. You kind of have to do little mental tricks sometimes.
Yeah. So like I feel like a lot of our early years are spent just trying to learn how to be seemingly normal.
Yeah, how to learn how to live with yourself, how to live with your fucking brain.
It's so hard sometimes.
It's crazy.
We all come out like this hodgepodge of...
Actually, everybody's the same. Nobody's normal. Right. There's no such thing.
Nobody's normal.
There's no such thing as normal.
It's like it's a
lie.
Yeah. Yeah. It kind of reminds me, and it's gonna be crazy, but like it kind of reminds me connecting back to like the spirit of like G, and just like, just people that have passed or transitioned. Yeah. Like we have, like, for example, you probably have all of that, your ancestors in your DNA. Like right. And so like when you're born, right, when you come in to the world, you just have like all this shit, and somehow it's like, all right, figure it out, harness all of that, these experiences, all this energy, and be functional. Contribute to society.
Yeah, you got to do that too.
Yeah,
you got to like make money and pay rent and shit.
Yeah,
you got to do school.
You got to do stuff.
It's just there's just like the things that you have to do, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of annoying that there's stuff that we have to do that like everybody has to do.
We can't just live. Like we can't just.
Or like maybe some people go to school and some people don't. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's a stupid idea.
Yeah. Like you just like, how would we decide?
Exactly. So it's like all or nothing.
Because then that'll come like humans love to discriminate against something. Like even though there's nothing to discriminate
we love to
against.
hate and find problems.
Yeah. Like it's just because our brains are like pattern seekers.
Yeah.
Really, they're just really sophisticated.
It's interesting.
Muscles that can just recognize patterns all the time, and then make our reactions and our futures based on them in a way. You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting. I haven't thought about it as just like a pattern recognizer, but that's really what we do.
Yeah.
We totally recognize patterns, and we love to call people out on the patterns that we see that are negative and praise the ones that are positive.
Yeah.
And like we even make that distinction between positive and negative and right and wrong all the time.
Yeah.
There's a really weird invisible like collective consciousness type thing where people just accept that certain things are wrong and certain things are right.
Yeah.
And if you disagree with it, even if you're just trying to disagree for the sake of like learning more, you just get shit on. Like especially if you go on like the internet or some shit. Everybody just
hornets just come swarm around you. Like, oh, you're trying to learn today?
I think that's kind of what Kanye was on too, and people got really mad, even though of course like it was like I understand why it's offensive at the same time, but he the only thing he kept talking about, if you listen to what he was actually talking about, he was just talking about having an open mind and loving people. Exactly. And I was like, I can't really hate on what he's talking about.
You can't, but
he's not saying the usual things that people say when they wear that hat. He's coming at it from a weird backwards Kanye angle.
Right. I feel like
I didn't hate him for that. I was just like,
I feel like everybody knew what he was trying to say. But I think the disappointing part of it was like there's still some responsibility that needs to be held with it.
But what was he like?
He was.
What difference did it make on anybody's life, though?
Nothing. And I think that's where it comes to play. Like this weird obsession we have with like celebrities and shit. Like,
we acted like it ruined our whole world, but like it really doesn't mean anything. It just put a fucking stupid
live your life, yo.
Yeah, it really didn't change anything.
Yeah, like that nigga's over there now. All right, we've all experienced somebody that has changed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, or they've experienced something where it's just like it tilted their whole view of the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
You gotta. Sometimes you just gotta. Most times you gotta respect that. You know what I mean? And just like let that person be who they are. It doesn't mean
you don't have to agree with everything.
Exactly.
That's my thing too. It's just like I can disagree with you and still respect you as a human.
I don't know Kanye to like.
That's another thing, yo. And then this is my thing about politicians. We have such crazy judgments about these people, and we do not know them at all.
Exactly.
We don't know them. We know whatever they tell us.
First of all, a politician is so strange to me because it's like, how are you sure about everything?
Dude,
as a human being, as a
how
person,
can you say this is the way to go?
Yeah, like how do you know what to do with everything?
I guess that's just a certain type of way of being that you can feel that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's crazy. I could never get into that, but it's like we do the same thing with sports. You ever see someone like watching some sports and they like call the people in the game like idiots?
No, yeah.
And it's just like they're just playing.
They're just playing. My mom,
like my dad does that shit. He'll like yell at the TV and be like, "They're fucking idiots." They're like, where does intelligence come into this?
Yeah. It's just like all intelligence goes out the window. My mom she'd always, and this is what like, she'd always say useless. Just a Nigerian woman.
Oh, that's funny. My dad says that too, actually.
I'm like, but as a kid, I'm like, damn.
Yeah, because it's crazy. It's like really harsh things to say.
Yeah, it's so harsh, but you would never say it.
You never say that to somebody's face.
Nobody.
Like my dad would never say that to somebody's face.
The sweetest woman.
Exactly.
The sweetest, soft-spoken. And that's where I get it all from.
Maybe that's part of what's like appealing about it is that you can really like express those things at people even though they don't hear you, they don't know you.
Yeah, because if you couldn't, like where I think about like where else would that energy go? You know what I'm saying?
Know.
Like I don't want that
You have road rage? You be yelling and shit on you?
Nah.
My entire family does that.
Really?
My entire family does that, and it's like nails on a chalkboard to me. Like I can't handle that.
Why are you that upset? Like there's something else going on here.
There's something else going on. For some reason, you yelling at somebody for driving when it's just like, yo, just be happy that we're safe. We didn't get into an accident.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just don't give a shit. Like, I don't care.
Like,
if somebody almost hits me, I'll be like, oh shit, you almost hit me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, yo, you motherfucker. Like, I don't do that shit.
95% of the time, they didn't mean to.
Yeah, like, and even if they did, like, I'm just trying to get the fuck out of there. Like, I don't need to.
Do you use your horn a lot?
No, like almost never. Like I actually used it today. What was I doing? Some dude was almost about to hit me in a parking lot.
Oh, so you just let him know? Like,
I let him know, but like it's usually shit like that.
Yeah. I don't really get road rage at all. Like it's just an awkward, and then like you get looked at. Like I don't like attention.
You're in like a safety metal box, so you can you can yell at people, you can pick your nose, you can fucking
like you can do whatever.
You can sing really shitty.
Yeah, you can do whatever. You're on a bomb. I think that's what my when I was learning to drive, I think my teacher was like, "You are in a bomb on wheels."
A bomb on wheels?
Yeah.
Just to tell you, like, to be safe?
Be safe, yeah. He threatened me with death.
Yeah, because it's like, it's kind of a killing machine.
It is.
And it's a really crazy... It's almost... You ever stop to think about it sometimes? Where it's just like, everybody's just driving. And you see all these people driving, and there's all these things that are understood. There's traffic rules.
Yeah.
And somehow we, for the most part, avoid crashing into each other.
Yeah. I hear about places where it's not like
where it's not like what, where they don't have rules, or there's
it's chaos. Like I've never been to Nigeria, but my whole family's from Nigeria, and like I think in most places in Africa too, like just there's no road rules really.
Yeah, it's like that in a lot of places in the world, and they are actually like really, they keep it together. There's like no I don't know how
traffic is bad.
Traffic might be a little crazy, but for some reason, like
people get there, get to their destination.
When we were in Indonesia, it was like that. It's almost like there's very minimal traffic rules, and people kind of just fit in wherever they can fit. Yeah, but people are like kind of considerate of each other, and I didn't see any scratches on any cars.
Yeah, no busted up bumpers.
Shit was clean. And like it was functional as fuck. Yeah. I don't know how they do that. It seems scary to me because I'm just like, yo, I feel like I get in an accident trying to drive in this, but everybody's just in their lane.
That's how I love when we all just get it as a people.
Yeah, me too. Like, it's like it gives you a little bit of hope.
Yeah, like I get like I take the train sometimes. Yeah, and so like there's just like this unwritten rule on like public transportation, like don't talk to me. You know? Right. Like everybody just knows, like if you're gonna talk, you know there's someone that's not from around. It's just like someone that's not from around here or needs help or something. And and that's fine and stuff. But like we can be rubbing elbows and not even make eye contact. And I love that shit. You know what I mean? Like I love being able to be like a where it's just accepted to be like
you don't have to like have, there's no formality in terms of like you don't have to have conversations and make small talk with these people. I feel you. It's something peaceful about that where in general I think I like that. I think like growing up I used to like go on rides with my sister and we listen to music and we just wouldn't even talk to each other. We just listen to music or just be able to sit in silence and just be okay with that. Like that's I really appreciate that type of shit because I don't. It gets overwhelming when you can't have your own thoughts around people. Yeah. If someone's always trying to fill the space with their thoughts. It feels like it feels suffocating sometimes. So it's like, it's really nice to be able to just sit in silence. I love silence. Silence is just as beautiful as music.
It is. Because now you just get a better. Well, is there any silence like when you? If you want to be semantic.
I mean, I was just thinking even music has silence. Like it's part of it's part of the space that you need to have.
Yeah.
Like without things to fill in space, you don't know what nothing is.
Yeah.
And without nothing, you don't know what filling in space is.
Right. Right.
So it's like you need to have the light and dark contrast of it.
For one to exist, the other does too.
Exactly. Like it only exists because the opposite exists.
Yeah. Silence is so golden.
It's so
it's so cliche, but it's so true. Like it's it's because it's so rare.
Yeah.
And do you meditate often?
Not super often, but I do. I was doing it a lot last week. I got back into it, but I'll go in like waves where I'll do it a lot. Yeah. And then sometimes more sporadically, and then sometimes not at all.
Yeah. You ever meditate just by like listening?
Listening to like to what?
Just everything around you.
Yeah.
Just sit there and just listen to shit.
I usually do like a breath. I just listen to my breath. That's like the easiest one for me to get into it. Really? Just because it's an immediate sound that's right there, and an immediate action that you can call to. Yeah. And
to keep you on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, and it keeps us alive too. So it's a really powerful thing because it's like you tap into the thing that keeps you going. Yeah. Like if you didn't breathe, you'd be gone. Yeah. So it's like cool to focus on that because it really helps. I feel like there's a lot of gratitude in that. Like if you just focus on your breath, you'll be like, oh shit, I can breathe. Like that's pretty awesome. It is. I could have trouble breathing. I could have a fucking tube in my neck or some shit. Yeah. Or things like that. Just
you start to realize like
you start to separate from whatever's in your head so much. It's just breaking the chain of whatever thoughts with nice things like gratitude just is the way to break the chain.
There's so much to be grateful for
at all times.
Because everything can be worse. Can be much worse,
bro. Like I'm so grateful. Like we have hands and arms and legs,
bro. I'm saying
like simple shit like that is something that we don't always stop to think about, and that is so crucial that we have that and it works and it's not broken or whatever. Like that's beautiful. Like we can do so much with that. So it's it helps you not complain too much because you can be like, oh shit, this is dope. Like it feels better to hear that than to hear a complaint. Although I don't know, do you think complaints help you? Are they good for you to complain? Does it feel good to complain?
I think they serve a purpose. They serve a purpose to let you know it can be a motivator.
That's true.
To like
that's true.
Progress needs to happen.
Like for yourself, you mean? Like if you complain, do you think it's good for yourself?
I think it. I mean, this is the way I work. You know what I'm saying? Like, if something is bothering me,
you want to go fix it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? That's like, all right, stop.
It's like the cue.
Yeah, like you either stop complaining or like figure it out. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I think it can serve a purpose, but like everything in moderation.
That's
like,
true.
Balance.
Yeah.
But who's to decide what that is? But
I know you gotta like, what I think about when I think about moderation. I think about like extremes. I think about you wouldn't be able to know where the middle ground is if you didn't know all the way to the right and all the way to the left. Yeah. How would you know what the middle is if you didn't try both sides all the way? Yeah. And I feel like that's how like I learn things. Yeah. It's like I go really far one direction and then I go really far in the other direction, and then I find out what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah, I've seen what both sides are, and this is a good place to dwell in since I've been on both sides.
Yeah, and then you blend it, whatever works best, and that becomes the best middle ground for you, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, where did you use that technique?
With like everything, honestly.
Really?
I don't know. It feels like a lot of things. Like, I'm trying to think of like a good specific example. All right. Well, one way it comes out a lot is like you actually have to go bouncing back and forth between both sides to get a balance. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, like working. Like you do a lot of activity, you do a lot of work. you have to balance that with inactivity.
Yeah.
Because if you go too hard on one direction, it's fucked up, right?
Yeah, that's where you got stopped listening to music at.
Right, but the way I learned that was just like I went too hard, and I was like, okay, I need to chill, and then I went too hard doing nothing.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, it doesn't feel right over here either.
Yeah.
So I had to inch my way back to a balance where I'm like, okay, I can bounce back and forth, and I know when I need to bounce back and forth.
Yeah.
And so that's like one way that I think about that.
What's the latest thing you learned about yourself?
Latest thing I learned about myself?
Yeah.
One of the more interesting ones I learned about myself is I learned about myself by like a lot of times when I go back home and I reconnect with my family and I reconnect with my parents and I learn something about myself every time. Like I keep finding new ways that I'm just like, well, I'm just like you.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so cool to like get to know your parents at this age when we can like appreciate it.
Yeah.
And like I really fuck with that. Just being like, I was on the phone with them on my birthday like an hour each, my mom and my dad. Just talking for a long time, just talking about random shit, just whatever. And I was just so curious.
Do you usually have that? Do you usually talk to them that long, or is it just a special?
It depends. Depends. I happened to call that day. Like honestly, we don't talk enough on the phone. I don't call them enough, and they don't call me enough. Yeah. We text sometimes. Yeah. Like we text more often, and I'll call.
You think there's an enough?
Yo, I don't know. There's this weird. That's like I feel like when there's like a standard to be set, you start to like battle with the guilt of not meeting a standard. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, like I might feel bad that I don't call my mom like every day or something, but it's also like we're both fine. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like I don't have to. It is nice to. I really like connecting with them, but like there's this thing where I just in my head I'm just like I should do this. I'm supposed to do this.
I think it all comes down to death.
Yeah, man, that's true. That's another big one. That's why I want to like go back home and live near my parents like in the next however many years because they're not getting any younger. Yeah, I want to get to know them like more. Yeah, there's deep levels of getting to know people, and it's really fun to do that with your parents. It is. It's like if you can get there, not everybody has that relationship with their parents, but if you can actually get to a point where you can like talk to each other as like equals and shit, it's crazy. Yeah, it's so fucking.
It's finding out. It's finding out like it's imagine it being like in like what's the craziest like prison like the prisons like on the islands and stuff. Alcatraz or something. It was just or it's just like you're next to you was in there doing 30 years.
Right, and you never said what's up.
Never said what's up.
Never tried to get to know that person.
And then like you're about to get out, and then like you strike a conversation and just fire.
Yeah, and you're just like, damn, why didn't I talk to you? Yeah, I'm like, and I love my parents. It's like a very like. That's such an interesting relationship. There's no other relationship you have in the world with two people other than with your parents that's like that.
Like most parents.
Yeah, you owe them everything, honestly.
Yeah, they kept you alive.
They literally kept you alive. When you couldn't even fucking shit, like go to the bathroom or
like
whatever.
It was probably like hazardous for you to shit.
Exactly. Like if you left that, you would have gotten like fucked up. And they took care of you. They did all that stuff. Anybody deserves passes. If you ever need to give a pass, it's your fucking parents. You know what I mean? It's just like they created you. No matter what even happens, even if you have a bad relationship with them, I feel like still it's like damn. It's like you only get one. Yeah. You only get one dad. You only get one mom.
Just one person.
That's it. It's the only one you get. Yeah. And you don't choose them. It's just that's just what it is. It's just, it's crazy.
Yeah. You just like why were you guys the people?
Yeah, why did this all happen? Yeah. But I feel like a huge composite of my parents. I feel like a composite of like almost everybody I've ever known. Yeah, but
that sounds about right.
With my parents for sure. Like I'll be like, yo, I'm a crazy blend of you two guys.
It's kind of like strange. It is. It's almost like going. Oh, that's why we brought up the earthquake and this shit.
Why?
It was the Y2K shit. Like there's that moment during Y2K. There's that moment, and I'm gonna bring it back to this too. But like, there's just something going on that everybody's like in on, You know what I mean? Like
right. Everybody agrees. Like,
everybody agrees that something weird is happening right now.
Yeah, then we all agree on this, right?
Yeah, that's the same thing with like your finding shit out with your parents.
Like, wait, how's that the same? What do you say?
Because like there's like certain things, or I'm sure like everybody's had this with their parents where like something they just do naturally.
Yeah.
You know, like just in their life, and didn't attribute it to anything. And then you find out your dad does the same little thing before you go into the restroom or something.
You know that you do, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're just like, why is that?
And then
shit like that is weird too, just little idiosyncrasies.
Yeah, like those things.
Why do we even share that?
It's because we have the same DNA.
And the DNA goes deep.
Yeah. It's so crazy, huh?
Yeah, like I found out when I was back at home, like my mom, she kind of runs a studio the same way, or runs a kitchen the same way I run the studio.
Yeah, I saw you tweet that.
Oh yeah, I did tweet that.
I was really interested. Like I was
just like, wait, we're the same. Like it's like we saw each other, and she heard my music for the first time too, and she saw that we were the same.
Yeah, the
way she puts together things. She doesn't listen to music actually,
really,
but she's really creative in a lot of ways. Like she's really crazy in the kitchen.
Yeah,
she makes like flower arrangements. She's really good with plants and flowers.
Yeah,
she sews shit like that. Like she's really good at that. So like she puts things together in certain ways. Yeah, and I don't know. We have like similar ways of doing it, and like and mentalities.
Somehow it's connected in a way.
Yeah, like we're really like efficient, and we don't. And I found out my whole family's like that because my dad's like that too. So all of the kids are like super like that. We all complain about the same thing, which is basically like, we try to get things done and people slow it down.
Yeah.
And like my whole family, that's been their complaint that's like the story of all of our lives.
You're just like, if we could just.
Yeah. Like my mom doesn't like getting help. If she's good at it, she likes just doing it.
Yeah,
she's like, I can do it. It'll be fast. Get out the way. I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna do it better than you would.
Yeah.
Shit like that. And I'm kind of like that sometimes. I'm good at collaborating with people though in studios, but I do always have that at my core.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That like you're almost giving, you're kind of lending your collaboration.
Yeah, I mean, collaboration is an interesting thing. I love the type of things that can come out of being able to trust somebody else.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Thing. If you trust somebody else, like you guys can go in directions that neither of you would have gone on by yourself.
Yeah, and
that's like crazy things come out of that.
Yeah,
you learn so much from that, and you discover so much from that.
Yeah.
So I love the right kind of collaborations where things like gel, or you can trust somebody, you can understand each other. Yeah, can kind of read each other's minds, stuff like that.
That's an amazing feat.
Yeah,
to like achieve in a way.
Yeah, to be able to achieve that with somebody.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Cause we all know how hard it is to like live with somebody.
Oh yeah, man.
Like
that's hard.
Yeah. And it just like to be able to create something is even more. It's on a different level, you know.
It takes a certain type of. The energies have to blend together in the right way.
Yeah.
You got to pick up where the other person leaves off, and the other person has to pick up where you leave off, and in the right kind of ways. Sometimes collaborations don't always look like.
Yeah.
It depends. You can make. I feel like I can make something with anybody. But I don't always want to.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I would rather just do it when it feels the best.
Right.
Because I don't really want to do it any other way.
Yeah. Yeah, it reminds me of that. I don't know. I saw like something on the internet where it was just like with Coltrane and Sonny Rollins.
Yeah.
Where they would like. It's such a they would call each other, right? Mm-hmm. And play some notes. Mm-hmm.
They play lines to each other, right?
Yeah, and then like hang up. That person will respond with the to finish like the chord. It's just like.
Yeah, I heard a lot of different musicians doing stuff like that.
Yeah, that's just hard, man.
It's dope being able to connect or communicate in different ways.
Did you going back to your parents?
Yeah.
Do you do you see something in them where you're just like, oh fuck, I hope I don't pick
that's
that up.
something that I don't want.
Yeah.
You know, they're both really, really logical.
You don't want to be logical?
No, I like that, so I picked that up, and I feel like that's a good thing, but it can be to a fault.
Yeah.
Because sometimes logic's not the end of everything, and it's not the purpose for everything. There's like a time and a place when it makes sense, and there's a time and a place where you need to follow something else. And so maybe that's the one thing. Maybe another thing is also like, I don't know, actually. That's probably maybe one of the biggest things. Yeah. Also, like, forgiveness. I feel like there's a lot of grudges in my family, or like growing up, there were different grudges between people. It was just accepted that, oh, if you're not fucking with that person right now, you don't talk to them for a little while.
Yeah. The whole lifetime with somebody.
And I definitely already don't do that, and I'm not like that at all. And like, I try to help the family not be like that too, but that's another thing. But I'm not really worried about being like any of these things, because I like pay attention to them.
Yeah, you kind of notice them in yourself.
Yeah, I can't think of any other ones right now though.
Yeah. How'd you learn to like get away from that, I guess? Like if you're
moving here,
you start picking up different perspectives.
Oh my God, it was so different. It's so different. Yeah. And then like, just in the relationship I was in, because my girlfriend was from LA, and she was just different. She was just raised different than I was.
Yeah.
And some of her at the time, we were like living together. It was just, all the differences were so clear. So clear. Like, I was just like, but I was finding ways that weren't really good ways for me to be. Ways that I would be dismissive, ways that I would be kind of detached.
Yeah, I love that. I love that about relationships, because that's where you learn that. That's where you learn that. Yeah. That's where the mirror concept comes in. Yeah, it's such a beautiful thing. Like,
that is, like, you can always at least take that away no matter what happens. Yeah. Like, you gain that.
Yeah, there is no failed relationships, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're all for you to learn something. They're all like little assignments.
Yeah, exactly.
Like lessons.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, that was definitely, like, I learned a lot, and I felt like I was adapting in different ways. And then when I went back home, the difference would be so clear again. I would be like, oh shit, I've been looking at things this way for now because it works better for me, and you guys are still doing this shit like this. Like little petty things, like stupid shit. You know what I mean? And I'll be like, it doesn't need to be like that. Like, you know, just, I learned how to, like, a lot of different ways. I guess just survival. Just survival ways.
Exactly.
Of, like, mental and emotional survival.
Yeah. Do you, how you feeling?
I'm cool.
You
good? How you feeling, man? My back's a little bit crazy on the floor.
Stiffening up or what?
A little bit. It's a little hard on the floor.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I feel like I have like, I think I want to ask you like 2 more things.
Cool.
Maybe 3.
That's cool. I don't even know what time it is.
What's that?
I don't know what time it is. So, like, it don't really matter though.
Oh, it is time, man. Where we at? Do you have like, say like, I feel like this is a leading question. I feel like I already know the answer to. But like, do you feel like you develop kinships with like people that you've, like, on some other shit, like on some music shit, or like just like on some other dimensional type shit, like who's in your family outside of this universe, I guess.
Outside of this universe? What you mean?
Like, do you feel like did you feel like there's a kinship to, like, say, like Raj G in a way?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like I guess my question was like, do you feel like there's others or anything?
Other like family, like home away from home type shit.
Yeah, like it's
man.
on like almost like a spiritual level. You know what I mean? Like on some like this person we connecting like on a different plane. You know what I mean?
Like that.
Yeah.
Like people that are here, people that have like
people that are here.
Yeah, I mean, I think all my closest people that I keep around me are all like that.
Yeah.
So like Colin, for sure. Colin's like my brother.
Yeah.
Ringo.
Yeah.
I think all the people that I usually work with are the people that I wouldn't even work with them if it wasn't like that, probably.
Yeah.
So like even building that with Maxa too.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we connect in a certain way that's not just, it's not just about getting tunes done or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, those types of relationships get shallow when it's just like that, and I think I stay away from them for almost 100%. Like unless it's like just a one-off thing. Yeah. Like everybody like when you're making records and shit, like full albums with people and shit, like it's I'm not gonna do it if I don't fuck with you.
Yeah, it's like, a lot of time spent.
Yeah, it's so intimate, and you're sharing so many values, and like it's like we go back to like trust. I can't trust people if we don't have like some type of understanding between each other on lots of different levels. Yeah. So like Liv, Avery, Ringo, Colin, those are like my peoples. Even like Ali too, Shane too, my manager too. Like these are people that make me feel like I have a family outside of my family, like back at home. So like this is what helps LA feel like another home to me, So and G I felt like a really big part of just like definitely one of those people that just have like a certain connection with, and like he was almost like a low-key mentor without trying to be. And I think he was like that for a lot of people. Yeah, just always dropping gems and shit.
You get that feel,
Just tries
like when
really
he speaks, when he speaks, you listen type shit.
But because he doesn't even speak that much either. Right. And if he's gonna say something, he's trying to say something. Yeah. So it was always cool. He taught me a lot. So like people like that just make you feel like family. Zero is another person's family for sure. Like these people feel like cousins and brothers and whatever to me. So
why do you think we're here, like as a people?
Where?
On planet Earth.
Why do I think we're on planet Earth?
Yeah, like why do you think black people are here?
I don't know, man. Yeah. Why do who knows?
I don't know either.
I guess what I would like to think is that we're here to make things better. Which is like super cliche. But whatever. It's just like
I think some traction to it.
Something. I don't know. It could be no reason, man. It could be completely meaningless.
Could be meaningless. Are you alright with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
It can be just a fun time.
Yeah, I don't like it doesn't make any difference. Like we create all the meaning anyway. Yeah. It doesn't even mean it. Like if you look at like a dog, do you think like a dog thinks about why he's there? Yeah, he's just living for food. And that's all there is for life anyway. You just fucking you just living. Yeah. Yeah, I mean when you on that, but there's the survival things, but they're like I don't know.
Yeah, I think about that too.
I think it might all be meaningless. Yeah. And I'm okay with that. And it doesn't mean anything that it's meaningless. It's just here. So, but I think what's cool about that is you have a completely blank slate to create whatever you want. Yeah. And so it's not really like a dark concept to me. It's kind of like a more open concept to me.
Right. To give it meaning, in a way?
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah. If you want to, you can create whatever meaning you want. Yeah. And we all have the like things that mean something to us, and it's like, where does that even come from?
Yeah.
Like, why does
this mean?
What does that even? Yeah. What is that?
Yeah.
What is meaning to us? Like, it's kind of like a feeling.
Yeah.
And feelings change all the time too, and it's just like we just have different perceptions of what we be experiencing.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably meaningless, bro.
Yeah.
If there is a purpose, hopefully it's a good purpose.
Yeah. Hopefully. And I think that, I think it's just peaceful.
I do believe in like life purposes though.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There's things like, at least I usually can only explain or understand or like talk about things that like I've been able to experience. Mm-hmm. So in my own experience, I definitely feel something lock into life purpose, where I'm like, I don't know why this is what I'm doing.
Just compelled.
I can't stop.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like I want to, and I still can't.
Yeah.
So it's like when it's not a choice.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, what is that?
You just get kind of, you were just charged with, like,
you're forced into a discipline. You become a disciple.
Yeah, exactly.
And the thing about discipline is you might not always feel like doing it.
Yeah.
You might not always feel like working out.
And that's how you know you tapped into your purpose.
Yeah, because it transcends what you feel like. It transcends everything, honestly.
You are picking up the axe.
Yeah.
You're picking up the axe and swinging it, even though that shit is heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
So I guess if I believe in that, it doesn't make sense if I say it's meaningless. I don't really know, man.
No, I mean, it can still be meaningless, I think.
Yeah.
I think that there's a so where do I take this? So you heard of Sisyphus?
What's that?
It was like this, like a mythology, like Greek god guy that long story short, I started getting into this because of like I was doing a lot of studying for like my last album, and just studying the absurdism, and like so like Sisyphus was this god that self-aggrandized himself. Like he just made himself bigger than what he needed to be, and so like the other gods around him saw that as a violation and like condemned him to having to roll a boulder up a mountain for the rest of his life without stopping. Like that was just his life. He had
I know that story.
Yeah. And so like there's this like phrase called the smile of Sisyphus, because like even though that's meaningless, like you are damned for the rest of your life to like do something that seems like it has no meaning. There's like this phrase called the smile of Sisyphus, because like he was able to smile in it. Like there was like a certain level of like, I'm still gonna give this kind of like some kind of meaning or like get some kind of return out of it, even though like even though there's like probably nothing going on here.
That's interesting.
You know? And I feel like that's like what you're kind of alluding to, like, because all of this could be meaning. It could have no meaning whatsoever.
Yeah, it could have none.
You know what I'm saying? But like the purpose that you give it for the time being in our like what 80, what you saying 110 years here, like I think that means something. Like if you're compelled to do something, there's something there. There's something there.
I don't know what it is.
Exactly.
Though. And I don't know what it is. There's a force.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what the force is though, but you can feel it.
Exactly.
And so that's like the part where it's just like, okay, I don't know. I don't have to make meaning out of it, but I can follow it.
Yeah.
I can at least follow whatever path seems like is there.
Right.
Because there is like a path.
Yeah.
You can kind of see it.
Yeah. And you don't have to. We have this thing where we have a choice where we can, like our collection of decisions, kind of make that path in a way.
Yeah, you don't have to take it either.
Yeah,
you can go completely left.
Yeah,
and ignore it.
You don't even have to do that.
Choose your own adventure.
Yeah, exactly. What? Last question. What's something the world doesn't know about you but should?
I'm so bad at questions like this usually.
Do you have any rituals before you start making music?
No.
Really? You just hop into it? Like, you don't have anything, I gotta turn twice?
I'm a fucking machine sometimes when it comes to this shit, bro.
Yeah?
Like, I can just turn it on. Honestly. It's like crazy. It's like to a fault sometimes.
Yeah.
I felt like I almost had an idea.
Damn. I fucked it up, yo. I fucked it all the way up.
Why'd you interrupt me, bro? No, you good. Yo.
That's it? It's out of there?
So lame. I gotta say something. I don't know. What is there to know about me?
What's some shit you just kind of like...
What's some rare shit? What's some deep cuts?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some deep cuts for you, bro, but... Oh my God.
Some in your privates... No, I mean, not your... Yeah, I mean, your private times. Not like your... Yeah.
That's hilarious. I don't know. I said some things already in the interview that I think maybe
cool.
Crazy.
That's fine.
Maybe not though. Maybe that was all old news.
I'm fine with it.
What's rare? I don't know. I'm so bad at this. Like, you know how certain job interviews will be like that too?
Yeah.
And they'll ask you
Tell me something about
some crazy existential shit.
Where you had a bad time, but you found a way.
Yo, those questions. That's exactly.
Yo, you found a way to make it better.
Oh, I haven't heard a question like that in a long time. Yeah. I hated those.
Yeah.
And I would just have the hardest time answering. And
because you don't want to get like crazy.
Make like, some random general shit up. For the interview.
Like, what do you want from me? Like, that's like, really what like
trying to figure out.
I'm sitting there like, what's the best answer to make you happy?
I know. Which is not a way to get a good answer.
Yeah, like you just like
that's the worst way to get an answer.
Alright, so if I say this, and you always gotta leave. Ooh, that's a good question. It's just to give yourself time to like think about it. Yeah.
What was it? Something that people might not know about me?
Yeah, it can be. I mean, if you still own it, I mean, it could be anything. It could be on some like. Let me. What if I got something?
What's yours?
What did? So, I think usually in my head I'm pretty grumpy, like most of the time.
Really?
Yeah, like I'm just, like I found that out this weekend. No, just like this past week. Like usually I'm just like, no, I think I've known that actually. That like I don't want to be bothered most of the time. But like I know that's not good for me at the same time. So like sometimes like I'll be like I don't feel like talking to nobody, but then I talk to somebody and that shit just brighten up my whole fucking day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I'm like that too. It's easy to get into those little introvert pockets.
Yeah. But I didn't know, like I thought I was like reclusive guy where that like you kind of get in those like modes where like people aren't good for me. Like, I can't even, like...
yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like, I gotta protect my energy. And it's like, nah, sometimes you need some energy, bro.
I feel that. It's really easy to get into that. And there's a lot of truth to that, too.
Yeah.
But we also absolutely need people. We all need each other.
Yeah, we do.
We need each other, and nobody wants to admit it. People get really mad when I say that.
Yeah,
I say that to if you say that to the wrong person, they get so mad.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't mean it in any personal way. I'm just mean like, yo, like, we cannot function without other people. Yeah. Everything runs because there's other people running it.
Yeah, it's almost like, you know how people get like kind of worked up when you try to like tell them about themselves. They get like, you don't know me.
Yeah, and that's a sensitive thing too. Depending on what you're saying too. Yeah. And there's ways to say those things and bring that up, but
same family there. Yeah. It's so funny.
It is so hard sometimes to hear that though. Like, it's actually really hard. It's like your ego makes it painful.
Yeah, like
your ego is like, yo, you don't want to hear that shit. Fuck
you
that.
You do not see me. It's most of the time because like
you like feel a deep pain from it. It actually gives you like physical pain.
I think it's because it's like, yo, what if you saw something I'm not proud of?
Right. Yeah, it's just a pride thing.
Like what exactly did you see to see me? You know what I mean?
Be going crazy.
Yeah, this shit.
It gets wild, out of control sometimes. And it's not necessarily an all bad thing either. I think sometimes people talk about it sometimes like it needs to be completely wiped away. But it's like, it's important too. It's just as necessary. But like you said, it's like a balance with everything. Yeah. All right. Thing people may not know about me all the time. Here's my fun fact. Okay. I floss all the time.
Just floss,
like
just stay.
Dental floss.
Damn.
Like I floss.
You trying not to have you trying to have all your teeth in 77?
I can't stand it when something's stuck in between my teeth. Yeah,
I
literally have floss with me all the time. Like really? I probably I have it in my pocket.
Like the strings or the toothpicks with the.
No, I hate those. I like the thin string, not like the one that's like the glidey one. That shit's trash. I just like a regular like
the wide.
Yo, those cut my gums. Actually, they just slice my shit apart. It's crazy.
So you like the super thin joints?
Yeah, just like the regular reach joints.
Yeah. Do you go to the dentist?
I just went to the dentist because
do they like have parties for you? Like they look forward to you coming because you floss them?
No, my teeth are actually still not that great, even though I floss. That's just a thing that I do to keep things out of between my teeth, but I still get cavities. I just had a root canal.
Damn.
I think I'm probably eating sugar at like an all-time high these past like months. Yeah. My sugar consumption is ridiculous right now.
Yeah. You need to slow down, bro.
Probably.
Yeah. Sugar.
It's I guess it's really bad. It's really bad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, what kind of, is there a preferred a brand?
For what? For floss? Yeah, they're reach joints.
Reach?
Those are my joints. It's just a regular ass.
Yeah. What kind of box does it come in? Like
it comes in a little, like a gray? The white like rectangle box. Green? Yeah, with the green. Yeah, the green box that says reach with a regular ass text.
What's the one with the gray box and the blue writing on it?
Those are the glide joints, right?
Yeah, that's one I fuck with. You don't fuck with those.
I hate those.
Those ones get the most done for me. Like, they get busy in my
Some people like those. Some people really like the ones with the toothpick thing.
They don't get down deep enough. They don't get in there.
How do you get to your back teeth without breaking the side of your mouth? You know what I'm saying? It don't work.
You gotta like pull the joint back to your ear.
Your whole shit goes back. Yeah. And then your shit's getting all like cut up, and it's like, this is
no bueno.
Who invented this? This is a dumbass idea.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Think again.
My homies love those.
My mom has a pack in her purse.
Yeah, people like those.
I think they're good for the go. Like sometimes you just look crazy with the.
They do look crazy.
You look crazy with the string.
You think the string looks crazier than holding the toothpick with the side of your mouth?
Sometimes, the toothpick gives me an allure. Like sometimes I fuck with the toothpick because it makes me kind of look like I smoke, but I don't.
I like toothpicks.
Yeah.
I just don't like the floss toothpicks. Those joints are like.
It gives me something to do, you know, like with my mouth.
Another thing is that I hate the sound of styrofoam. Like rubbing. Do you fuck with that?
The squeaky, like,
bro, that's like hell.
Yeah. I hate the residue. Like, I hate the little balls.
I don't like that either.
Yeah.
Ever since I was a kid, that sound.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Crazy. Like, I feel the craziest, most uncomfortable physical sensation in my entire body.
Frequency you don't fuck with.
I don't know what it is, but it just drives me insane.
It just makes you uncomfortable. You just want to be here.
Yeah, what does it make like I never had a chance to even think about it. It just happened. No, I just
get violent.
I feel like I'm gonna like fall over and collapse and die when I hear that shit, bro.
You just get weak.
It's just like melts or something. I don't know.
Styrofoam, dog.
Yes.
How you open things?
I just open them up. I just deal with it. I just deal with it. And get rid of it immediately.
Styrofoam is a crazy concept. Like,
isn't it like really bad? Like it's really like it's like pollutes the environment.
I believe it.
Like it can't.
That doesn't look healthy.
Can't be recycled. Can't be burned. Like
it doesn't look healthy at all. Like it looks like even if you burn it, it looks like that shit.
That shit looks crazy when it's burned.
You were developing something in your lungs.
I don't like when you get food and takeout and you like be like scraping food off the thing, but it's styrofoam. So the styrofoam come out and I get.
They hate you. The people that gave you that
shit like that.
Yeah. If you eating out of styrofoam, the styrofoam plates.
I get like, that's when my OCD starts to kick in.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, is there little shards of styrofoam in my food right now?
we eat credit card worth of plastic every day.
Who says that?
I mean, not every day, but like.
Every day would be crazy.
I think accumulation of some time, I think it's like a credit card worth. I've heard that somewhere.
Shitting me, dude?
No.
Yeah, they say that about spiders too. Like we inhale spiders in our sleep.
Inhale them?
Yeah, like we eat a certain amount of spiders like in our lifetime when we sleep or some shit. And it's like, who's coming up with these fucking?
How you know?
It's the same person that's making these national holidays.
Yeah,
National Dog Day.
Come on, man. Show me the results. Show me the test. Yo.
I don't get it, man. But I don't know how you figured out the. I mean,
I don't know. I heard that somewhere.
We do probably consume a decent
amount of plastic, right?
Because shit comes like it gets absorbed, like water absorbs plastic, right?
Yeah. Does it?
I think it does, dude. Damn. There's like things from plastic.
Water absorbs plastic.
I think there's just things like chemicals in the plastic that it like emits or whatever.
When we drink out of plastic and stuff.
Yeah, I think something like that.
Yeah, you're not supposed to like drink stuff, but plastic is everywhere. I was just talking to Avery about that.
Plastic is everywhere.
It's just like you can't avoid it. Like why did we do this to ourselves?
Well, it's a pretty awesome invention, I guess, if like you were used to having glass and other shit all the time.
Yeah, it's convenient.
So now you're like, oh shit, I love plastic.
It's convenient, but like that's us trying to make the world work for us again.
You know what drives me crazy?
Yeah.
When people microwave plastic.
I'm guilty. I gotta do the microwavable plastic joints, but
even those, I don't trust those.
Yeah, you shouldn't. I know I'm fucking myself over.
Or like when you microwave like Tupperware with your shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I've definitely done that before, but
I just know I'm doing something.
Something's bad. Microwaves are scary.
They're another thing that's just like pure magic, but it's like I don't trust this. Whatever is happening,
I still use them sometimes, but
you have to.
But it's hilarious because it's just like, what the fuck? They did this experiment where like they like microwaved water. And they had regular water, and they watered a plant, like two different, the same kind of plant with the microwave water and the regular one, and the one with the microwave water died and like got denatured and fucked up.
Damn.
Because I guess that's what they call it. It denatures the cells.
Damn.
Microwaves.
I use a microwave every day.
Really?
Yeah.
We don't have a microwave here, but I'd probably use it if I had it all the time.
Damn.
I just use the oven all the time, or just, I don't know, the stove.
Then it gets to that point where it's just like, should I make the change now to like live longer, or should I just take this one on the chin?
I mean, it's just, what are you eating with microwave?
Well, I just have like a lot of leftovers all the time.
And so what? You just microwave your leftovers?
Yeah.
I mean, big fucking deal. I feel like that's fucking fine. Fucking dude.
I shouldn't make a change. So what you telling me?
I mean, what are you gonna do?
I just think I do it every day, so it's just like
okay.
anything every day is going to take a toll. You know. Has there been enough? Have microwaves been around long enough for us to get enough data to be like, this is what happens to us every day if we use it?
A lot of people get cancer.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's an interesting thing, though. I feel like that's caused by all different types of things.
It is. It's
things that have nothing to do with what we think it has to do.
The credit card worth of plastics we're taking in.
It could be the credit card plastic.
The emotions we're not letting out.
If I just eat a credit card right now, will that get it out of the way for me so I don't have to consume it later?
It's
like I reach my quota.
Yeah, you eating 50 years. You accelerating 50 years of your life right there.
I add 30 years on my life by eating a credit card right now.
A credit card a day.
Just get it out of the way.
You'll be dead next week. You know?
I just get my my limit and
yeah. Hey man, how you feel? We
cool.
We good to wrap?
Yeah, man.
Thank you for doing this, bro.
Yeah, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. All right, bro.
Ooh. Oh, cool. It's still recording.
Yeah.
How long did these things go sometimes?
You spent 2 hours
Just
later.
2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Or I don't know how long when you press the play bit.
Yeah.
So you post the whole 2 hours?
Yeah, man.
Oh shit.